Yes guys, what is up? Hope everybody is keeping well and welcome back to the channel. Game week 27. I won't lie, it's been a while. I've moved into a new house in Galway. We're in a new setup right now. I'm up in the attic. We've got the Wi-Fi sorted, so fingers crossed it's going to be alright throughout this stream. You know something's wrong when your girlfriend says you haven't been streaming in a while. But anyway, that's what happened with the double game week. I think it's been about 2 weeks since we've actually streamed. I was down in Dublin for the double game week in Meaton, so I couldn't get a stream before then. But we are back. I'm trying to keep the content going on the channel anyway. I couldn't get a actual YouTube video done with my team selection, but I got a reel out there then as well, so hopefully that was alright with the quick turnaround to the deadline. 2 free transfers ahead of the Gameweek 27 deadline. I have a few decisions to make also. At the moment I'm playing 4-4-2. We'll get into my team in a bit anyway. Who have we got in the chat here? We've got William, Michael, Cole Palmer then as well. Don't worry about the deadline also. My Patreon group is panicking also. Deadline is until 1:30, so we've plenty of time until then as well, so don't be panicking on that. We've got Michael, Cole Palmer, William, as always, great to see you lads in the chat. Keep the questions coming. I actually got to send a package from Tops as well during the week, so we're going to open some packs throughout this stream also. Forgot the big package in the office, but sure, look, that can wait until the next stream. But I'm looking forward to opening some Tops Premier League packs. And it's actually cool that they sent me those then as well, so that'll be probably on the next stream. We've got some Champions League packs we can get in throughout this then as well. Do let us know if you can hear us alright. We got the new Wi-Fi sorted then as well. I'm liking this setup anyway. It's actually nice to be streaming in your own setup then as well. I'm not travelling into town and parking, stressing about that then as well. So yeah, and the ambiance is nice anyway. The lights behind me, I like the setup anyway, so this is something you're going to see on a more regular basis, and one I can actually just leave all my stuff here, and yeah, that's it anyway. Right, let's have a quick look back at Game Week 26, double Game Week 26, 66 points last week, small red arrow, 3k red arrow to 60k, so 57k to 60k, can't give out about that at all with the fact I saved the triple captaincy. Virgil van Dijk, massive 17 pointer. It was a long time coming from Virgil then as well. Needed that, especially with Ukulele on the bench as well. If he got a clean sheet against Liverpool, I would have been kicking myself then as well. Midfield, not much to chat about, only apart from Declan Rice. Got that assist in the Wolves game. Good to see him playing at a more advanced role as well. Have a decision to make this week, whether to keep him or whether to move him on. But yeah, sure, look, triple captaincy is saved at least. Do let me know if you've played your triple captain, if you are disappointed with it. To be honest with you, I was expecting at least one clean sheet from Arsenal. Glad Brentford got the goal. Was expecting it against Wolves, and only for that Bueno screamer from distance then as well. Raya probably could have done a lot better, especially for the second goal then as well. But as a Gabriel captainer, I was happy to see them concede, even though it's mad having double arse in defence and you wanted them to concede over the double game. Sure, look, 3k red arrow, 60k, we are in a good position then as well. With the triple captaincy then as well, you'd expect it to be around a 10-point return from the triple captaincy. So let's see where we do end up with it. That's a Bruno or a Haaland or whoever later on in the season. Could even be a Semenyo. But sure, look, we'll worry about that when all comes to fruition and what happens with the double game weeks. Also, for now, I'm 4-4-2. Ukulele is playing over Wilson. I have enough money to do Rice to Verts. Maybe it's sensible to just roll the free transfer and have 3 for next week. That's what I've said in my reel anyway, and team selection reel, but we'll see. Right, anyway, let's get into the chat here then as well. Keep the questions coming. Do drop a like on the stream if you haven't done so already, and as I said, we'll hop into some packs later on throughout the stream. Michael, first off, so plenty of messages to get through in the Patreon as well, so if you are a member of the Patreon, don't worry, it's a late deadline. As I was saying, there was a few people panicking this morning. It's not till 1:30, great to be back streaming, but here we go. Michael, first up, what are we saying? 3 free transfers, Raya, Virgil, Gabriel, Anderson, Ukulele. We'll probably play Ukulele over Anderson, so that's your backline sorted. Wilson, Enzo, Semenyo, Bruno, Rice, Haaland, Ekitike, and Guy. 3-5-2. You're playing Wilson and Ukulele, though, is the only thing. You've no money in the bank. I'd just leave it at that. Roll your free transfer. Raya, Virgil, Gabriel, Ukulele, Wilson, Enzo, Semenyo, Bruno, Rice, Haaland, Ekitike, and then reassess your options next week. It's not ideal playing Ukulele and when Wilson in the same game. I have to make a decision on who I'm playing, but for now I'm playing Ukulele over Wilson. Leave it at that, and I think you're good to go, man. 4 free transfers next week. You'll be in a very good position then to dead end your team. Blank game at 31, wildcard, bench boost, wildcard into a bench boost, you're good to go, Michael. Good stuff. Right, William, 2 free transfers, 2.1 in the bank. Raya, Gabriel, Mukalele, Chalaba, like myself as well. Has to be getting a clean sheet at least. 4 games in the last since I brought him in. No clean sheet. At least he's getting the DEFCON at least. But paying that price tag on Chalaba, he has to be getting some returns. So Burnley, wouldn't say no to a 15-pointer, 17-pointer if you could match Van Dijk like he did last week. Enzo Rice, along with Enzo then as well. It's probably my last week for Enzo, or Enzo's last week in my team. Rodgers, Bruno, Wilson. You have to play Wilson and Ukulele. Fair enough. Ekatike and Haaland captain. William, I think you can roll there as well. I'm just going to message you in case you don't see it as well. Right, back to this. Cole Palmer, the GOAT in the chat. Good to see you, man. 1:30 deadline, exactly. Triple captain played by William, but can't complain really. My chips had went very well in the first half of the season. Fair enough. Especially when Gabriel got that assist, that easily could have been a 12-13 pointer from Gabriel. Surprised he only got 5 or 6 DEFCONs in the second game against Wolves. He got something like 22 or 23 over the double game week, so you were unlucky with that then as well. But you look, 7-pointer, not the worst. At least you got a return then as well. And if you said before the double game week that Gabriel was going to get an attacking return, you would have triple captained him anyway. All good there. Palmer over Haaland, an easy captain if you have him. I think so, yeah. If you have Palmer in the team, I said that on Instagram, yeah. If you have Palmer, captain him over Haaland. Easy going there. Frank O'Brien, Gabriel, Timber, Chalaba, Munoz, Rice, Bruno Fernandes, Semenyo, Enzo, Wilson, Thiago, Haaland, João Pedro. Bench 3 out of those. Gabriel, Timber, Chalaba, all good there. Munoz as well against Wolves, wow. Rice, Bruno Fernandes, Semenyo, Enzo, Wilson. Jesus, that's a big bench and headache there, Frank. So you're probably going to have to bench Wilson, Hill and Timber, maybe. I'd be playing Munoz against Wolves anyway. He does have Wolves, isn't it? Let's just double check there. Yeah, I think you have to be benching one of the Arsenal lads, so hope Spurs get one. I don't think they will, with a lot of injuries. 2 and suspension. Romero's out then 2. Probably going to have to be Timber, Hill and Wilson there and play the rest of them. Yeah, that's a massive bench and headache. You could probably play the bench boost there, Frank, if you wanted to. I wouldn't say no to the bench boost. If you do have it, do let me know on that. Jovan, hello, good day. Can I ask you for a bit of help on a benching dilemma? Jovan, go for it. Who do I bench? I can see your next message there. Who do I bench so I can play Thiago? Salah, Rice, Dewsbury Hall, Sarah, Semenyo, Ekatike and João Pedro. I'd be benching Dewsbury Hall there. Jack Malloy, sorry, not Jack Rogers. Jack Malloy, I hope you're keeping well, man. Fingers crossed, Sarah. I hope you're alright after those 2 poor results for Arsenal. And you're not panicking just yet. Thinking about a captaincy differential between Rodgers and Thiago. Out of those, probably Thiago. That's one player this week. I said it during the week on Instagram also. One player I can't get to this week. If I wanted Thiago, if I wanted to mess around, I could do Guy and Rice out for... Who could I even go for? Say if I wanted Thiago. Of course it's on midfielders. All players you want here. Thiago, and then I've 5-9 left. Tavernier could be a shout, but he's not fully back. Anyway... But then I'm giving myself a bench and headache every week. I don't want to be doing that. I want to just have a core 7 attackers who I'm not worried about benching, and then leaving points on the bench then as well. So Thiago's one player who could definitely destroy my rank this week. Is Mukalele going to match him? Definitely not. No. Or he might. Who knows with Mukalele? But he's one I'm feeling shaky about this week. But if you want a captaincy between Rodgers and Thiago for a differential, nothing wrong with going Thiago, but I'll be hoping he blanks Jack. Good man. Cameron, alright bud, who would you start? Dewsbury Hall, Krupi Jr. or Hill? My team is Martinez, Gabriel, Chalaba, Richards, Bruno, Palmer, Rodgers, Sarr, Dewsbury Hall, Haaland, Thiago. Who would you start? Dewsbury Hall, Krupi or Hill? Dewsbury Hall against United, I don't think I would. That's probably the United bias there. Hill and Krupi Jr. against West Ham away. Hill has been ticking along nicely with the DEFCON. Might be a bit boring. Maybe you just go Hill. There's a lot of on my Patreon, Michael. Thankfully he didn't listen to me last week, and he played Hill for was it a 7 or 9 pointer. So he's getting the DEFCON. I think he got like something 20 DEFCONs last week or something like that, which is crazy in one game. Let me just double check if I'm speaking correctly. Yeah, 20 last week. So he's racking them up. He even got an assist last week. So you're looking at a 3-4 point minimum from Hill there. So I'd probably just go with that. Jovan, if that's alright, Dewsbury Hall, I'd go there. Also have 2 free transfers. Cameron, team is actually alright. Martinez, Gabriel, Chalaba, Richards, Bruno, Palmer, Rodgers, Sarr. You've even Haaland and Palmer. Out of those, I'll be captain and Palmer if you do have Palmer, so go with that. Claire Bebe, thoughts on captain and Pedro over Haaland? Maybe not Pedro. With Haaland, he's got penalties. If Pedro had penalties against Burnley, I'd be telling you go with that. But at least if Palmer's off the pitch, Enzo might be stepping up. But with Enzo, he's been disappointing. 2 blanks in his last 2 games, in fact. But surely he can get something against Burnley today, and then we'll be moving him on next week then. William, good man, no bother at all. As always, thanks pal. Michael, good stuff. Kevin in the chat, hello buddy. Noel, Verbruggen, Chalobah, Konsa, Senesi, Fernandez, Wilson, Rodgers, Enzo. Phone is hopping here. Rodgers, Enzo, Rice, Thiago, Haaland, Dubravka, Gabriel, Timber. Get Gabriel into the team there over Konsa. Get Gabriel in, definitely. Who do I bench? 4 free transfers. Should I make any? Chalobah, Konsa, Senesi. Get Gabriel in for Konsa there. Fernandez, Wilson, Rodgers, Enzo, Rice, Thiago, Haaland. So you're playing 3-5-2 there. 4 free transfers. I think I'd roll just about there. But Gabriel in over Konsa, definitely. Maybe even Timber over Senesi away to West Ham. But you have to be playing at least one Arsenal there. A lot of injury suspensions for Spurs. As I said, play your Arsenal defenders. That's all I'll be saying there. Right, let's keep this going. If you are new to the channel, we've 30 something in the chat at the moment. Head on down there, please. Click the like button. Let's get this stream pushed out to a few more people around the world. And if you are watching and you haven't clicked subscribe, we're on the road to 9k subs. Fingers crossed we can get there sooner rather than later. Go down there, click subscribe on the channel. Help an Irish lad out here. I'm trying to get to 9k subs. And we're on 10 likes then as well. If we can get to 15 in the next couple of minutes, and we'll get into some of these packs then as well. Saw Doctor, great to see you, man. As always, aloha, back to you. As a United fan, I'm getting sick of the United strand now. You think he was delighted United didn't get the 5 wins? Yeah, it was. To be fair, it was funny what he did with the Rooney competition. So if you didn't see that, Rooney was giving out stink about him, which is fair enough. But yeah, I do agree with you. I don't think he wanted us to win that game, because if we didn't win that, that's him pretty much over with the content then as well. But it was funny, Rooney giving out with him, and then he was giving away a signed Rooney shirt then as well. So he's got a bit of a marketing head on him anyway. But yeah, I don't think he wanted us to win. The stream, you could kind of sense it, that he was holding back a small bit. But sure, look, fair play to him. He's absolutely flying. He's raking in the sponsors and money then as well. So look, he's got a good background team anyway. I'm not sure if it's himself, but he's doing well on the marketing front anyway. So you have to admire that at least. FPL Vortex, hi mate, love your content, appreciate that, man. Watching from the US. Lovely to hear that then as well. That must be early in the morning in the US, is it? 5 or 6 a.m. Good stuff. Quick question out of Anderson. Let's get you the quickly answered so you can go back to bed. Quick question out of Anderson, Wilson, Rodon and Richards. Which 3 would you bench? Appreciate your thoughts. Out of Anderson, Wilson, Rodon and Richards, which 3 would you bench? I think you have to play Richards against Wolves, but Wolves aren't that bad, to be fair. There's probably a lot of ruckus going on with Glazer then as well, so Palace aren't in the best of scenarios at the moment. Anderson, Wilson, Rodon and Richards. Bench 3 out of those. I think I'd probably bench all the defenders and play Wilson. For now, I'm actually benching Wilson myself, but with those, I think I probably would just play Wilson in the attacker. Rodon against Villa, I can see Villa scoring a couple, fingers crossed, in that game. Richards against Wolves. If it was Munoz, I'd be playing Munoz over Richards. Richards, not too fussed on that. Anderson and Wilson. Good chance of Anderson getting DEFCON. Wilson on set pieces. I'll be hoping Fulham don't get anything out of those. I'd probably just play Wilson for the attacking threat, if at all there. Let me know if that's alright, FPL Vortex, and great to see you watching from America. Good stuff. Morning mate, start Alderete or Richards. Probably with Alderete there then as well. A good chance of DEFCON, and I'd go for that. As I said, Wolves 2 goals against Arsenal. There's nothing wrong with the Wolves team. They're in a process of turning things around, but they're in big trouble anyway. Should I play Gahey or Cash this week? Gahey against Newcastle. A lot of injuries for Newcastle first off, and the travel in Karabakh during the week then as well. So I know they won comfortably, but I'd still play Gahey. I am from the future. Put Zafi Simmons in your team. No, Roy soon. Maybe a couple of years time, maybe, but no, not for now. Mandy P Gill, hey mate, would you do Saliba to Virgil van Dijk, also Bone to Thiago, or roll and do it next week? Bone to Thiago this week, probably will go for it. Yeah, get that done. And Saliba to Van Dijk, depends on the rest of your team anyway. Van Dijk has been very frustrating. It was that 17 pointer was owed to me. So But Liverpool do have a nice run of fixtures. Was it Forest, West Ham and Wolves over the next 3? If you have a couple of free transfers, if you can at all roll, if you have a couple of free transfers, I'd probably prioritise getting Thiago in first. But Bowen has been taking along nicely, to be fair. But Thiago is the one player I'm very scared of this week. So if you have a few, go Thiago in there. Gary in the chat then as well. Morning mate, where are we gone there? Sorry, Gary. Morning mate. Would you start Krupi over Wirtz this week? Someone is trying to convince me it's a good idea. Start Wirtz. I was considering Rice to Wirtz. I can do that in one move. I'm on the fence whether or not to do it this week. Where is he here now? Wirtz 8.4. So we went up last night. Forest, West Ham, Wolves, even Spurs aren't the worst fixtures then as well. Spurs and Brighton away. How's he been returning? 3-2, 12-2, 10, 3-10. Is he getting DEFCONs at all? 7, 5, 9, 4, 2. Fair enough. He's not getting the DEFCONs. You wouldn't expect him to anyway. But I do have enough for Rice to Wirtz. Maybe next week I could be doing Enzo to Wirtz and keeping Rice. But they do play Chelsea. I could be even nearly making 3 transfers next week. We'll see. Looking at next week, right? So it could be Chalobah gone. All these lads gone. 21 million, let's say. Why does it go defender straight away? You get away from that. Wirtz in here. Let's go. Looking towards 31 then as well. Who we eyeing up? Brentford, a nice fixture against Leeds. Could be even bringing in Dango. Fulham have a nice fixture. At least have Wilson. All good there. For defence wise, who is decent fixtures? Cash maybe. Don't think I can bring in a United defender. Anyway, we'll worry about that next week. But I am tempted to do Wirtz in for Rice with the money I do have. But I think it's probably sensible just to roll into 3 and sort out the team next week then as well. But anyway, Gary, start Wirtz this week is what I was saying. Don't bother starting Krupi Jr. He's getting subbed off early then as well. Good chance of Wirtz of a return. With Rice, he was playing advanced against Wolves then as well, which is great to see. It was very frustrating against the Brentford game, seeing him playing push back, but he's on set pieces. I do think Arsenal will get something from a set piece this weekend. So as long as Rice is on the end of it and not Saka. Bruno or Haaland captain. Do you know what? Let's get a captaincy poll going here. Let's see what we're going. Victor the cat I see then as well, or maybe Victor the cat could help. Let's get into that in a sec also, but let's get this poll up and running then. Gameweek 27 captaincy poll. What are we saying? Haaland, Bruno. Well, I'm at this then as well. Go down there, give the stream a like if you wouldn't mind. And JP, let's get those up and going there. Plenty of messages to get through in the chat. Onsbro sat in Slovakia airport after an hour's sleep and flight delayed 5 hours. Hope this stream helps me keep my sanity. Wow, fair play. Zubamendi, Van Heck, Mukulele on the bench. Hope the set went last night. I can't even speak. Hope the set went well for you last night. So I'm going to be up at this time. The 5 hours delayed will try and keep you entertained as much. Keep my sanity. Zubamendi, Van Heck, Mukulele on the bench this week. Can you start Mukulele over anyone? Do let us know, man, and we'll get back to you. Right, where are we at the top there? Bruno or Haaland captain? I think it has to be Haaland. Pep, I said he's fully fit anyhow. Newcastle travelling and injuries. I think that all points to Haaland. I know he hasn't scored in them against them in 7 or 8 games. I think it's 7. Hat-trick on the way. Play one of Ukulele and Timber, already playing Gabriel and Munoz. I think I probably would still double up on the Arsenal fence there. Vortex, let me know if that's alright, man. Play Wilson there. Cheers for tuning in from America. Good man. Morning mate, Juntao. Morning mate. Bench 2 out of Gabriel, Chalobah, O'Reilly, Richards, Anderson. Bench 2, Richards and Anderson. Play O'Reilly, Chalobah and Gabriel. I don't think Newcastle will do much damage against City, especially after Arsenal messing up there then as well. Zakib, good to see you, man. Raya, Gabriel, Chalobah, Richards, Hill, Wirtz, Enzo, Bruno, Rice, Katika, Haaland. Very strong team there. Bench Wilson, Mukulele, Krupi. Line up in the bench order good. Rolling 2 free transfers. Richards, Chalobah and Gabriel. I'd probably be tempted to start Mukulele over Richards. Maybe just. Or bench Wilson midfield and start O'Reilly. Juntao. I'd start O'Reilly. Go with that. Chiro ranks here. I hope you're doing well. I'm all good, man. Great to be back. Could you start 2 and bench 2 for me? Gravenberch to the bench anyway. Zubamendi, probably him as well. Gahey, Hill, Zubamendi, Gravenberch, start the 2 defenders there. And also, who do you start in goal, Raya or Ruffs? Raya's been very frustrating, but still start him. I do think Arsenal will be looking to sort themselves out after those 2 disappointing results then as well. They need to bounce back as well. Start Raya there. We're nearly on 20 likes as well. Go down there, give the stream a like if you haven't done so already. Plenty of time to go until the deadline as well, so don't be panicking. But yeah, great to see we've nearly 50 watching us at the moment then as well, so appreciate you all tuning in on this Saturday afternoon, the 21st of February. Gahey or Cash this week, start Gahey there. Not sure if Watkins is another captain option as well. I don't think so. It's Palmer, Haaland, João Pedro in that order. So however you have out of those this week, if you have a Chelsea attacker that's not Enzo, I'd be captaining him. Unless it's so yeah, Palmer, Haaland, João Pedro. If I was captaining Haaland Haaland or João Pedro, I'd be captaining Haaland. If it was Palmer or Haaland, I'd be captaining Palmer, just because Haaland has that penalty over JP, so that's what we're going for there. Replacement for Calafiori, 5.6 million in the bank. You're missing out on Van Dijk, you're missing out on Chalobah. It doesn't matter about Chalobah though, because you'll want to get rid of him next week. 5.6, let's have a look for you for 5.6 million. Keep keep the blank game week 31 in mind also. Who we saying? I don't think I'll be going Kanate. Maybe Hill of Bournemouth there. I know they play United in 31, but sure, look, good chance of some DEFCON then as he is racking them up. Save some money, go with that. A few going for Bournemouth defenders this week. I'd probably lock that in then as well. The fact you can't get to Van Dijk, don't think I'd want Kanade. Van Dijk's a better option. Just saves yourself some money then as well. JP versus Haaland for captain. There we go. Yeah, Haaland over JP, Palmer over Haaland. Lenny, what are we saying? Kelleher, Dubravka, Gabriel, Timber, Gahey, Mukiele, Rodon, Rice, Bruno, Rodgers, Enzo, Sarr, Haaland, Thiago, Pedro. 3 free transfers. Let's get on to Victor the Cat also. Crazy. Before I even did that video, he was ranked 200 and something overall, but then he dropped down to 511 in game week 25 or 26 I think it was. But I'm wondering where he is now. He had triple captain Timber, I saw that. So he might be in and around the 500 to 1k mark. But yeah, some going. Wow. But what are you saying here? 3 free transfers. Kelleher is grand. Gabriel, Timber, Gahey, Mukiele, Rodon, Rice, Bruno, Rodgers, Enzo, Sarr. You have a bit of a benching headache then so as well. Haaland, Thiago, Pedro have to be played up front. Rice, Bruno, Rodgers, Enzo, Sarr. Who are you going to bench out of those? Are you benching Sarr or are you benching Rice? Probably be benching Rice. Give Sarr the start in there because he is on penalties. Gabriel, Timber, Gahey, very strong starting 11, 15 even, 13, 14 players there. You can definitely roll. I think you have to play Sarr over Rice, and then you're good to go there, Lenny. Good man. Hiller, Mukiele is my man, so I'm going to say him. Parksy 605, morning Niall, would you start Hill or Tarkowski? Hill. Better chance of a clean sheet for Hill. Tarkowski against United, I'm expecting 1 clean sheet and 7 for Everton isn't great going at all, and I don't think Tarkowski hasn't taken along nicely with the DEFCONs. I do think he'll get some against United, but more chance of a clean sheet for Hill, so I go for him. And probably a more chance of an attack and return for Hill also. JP or Haaland for the captaincy, go with Haaland. How's the poll going there? 76 on Haaland, 10% on Bruno. Palmer 3% is interesting. So if you've got Palmer, he's a great differential this week. What else are we saying there? Keep going. Shiro, here's my team at the moment. Ruffs, Hill, Gahey, Chalobah, Mukiele, Rice, Semenyo, vice captain. Wow, fair enough. Garner, JP captain, Haaland and Watkins. Subs are Raya instead of Ruffs. I think I'd still play Raya over Ruffs, to be honest with you. Gravenberch, Zubamendi and Tarkowski. Strong 15 team there. Ruffs, Hill, Gahey, Chalobah, Mukiele. 4-4-2 like my... Or sorry, 4-3-3 is a different setup anyway. Rice, Semenyo. No Bruno might hurt you anyway. JP captain, Haaland, Watkins. I think I'd still move it to Haaland there, to be honest with you. But if you want to play the bench, just get it out of the way. You possibly could, but I'd probably leave it off. Start Rice or Anderson this week. Rice. Good chance of DEFCON then as well. Rob in the chat then as well, Rob. Let's get your team up here then as well. Good stuff. Start Rice or Anderson. I think you bench Anderson. I know he's on set pieces then as well. Good chance of Rice getting something from a set piece. I know Anderson got something in the European game during the week. but I'd still go with Rice. Right, Rob, thoughts? 2 free transfers, can't get the Palmer with the triple Chelsea. Very fair. Pedro captain, nice. Still, I'd go with Haaland though. Rice, Bruno, Enzo, Semenyo, Sarr in midfield. Nice little differential there in Sarr. João Pedro, Haaland, Ukulele. Can you start Ukulele over anyone? Probably can't. You could nearly bench boost there, Rob. If Sunderland get a clean sheet, you're laughing. Alderete, Ukulele, Krupi Jr., Kelleher on the bench. Could nearly bench boost there. Very strong 15 there, considering the week that's in it. Chalobah, Gehi, Gabriel. I don't think you can bring Ukulele in for any of those. Rice, Bruno, Enzo, Semenyo, Sarr, João Pedro, Haaland. I'd be tempted to bench boost, Rob. Let me know what you think of that. No, do you know what? Save it for the double game week. It's a strong 15, but no. If you're wildcarding into a bench boost, that's fine. But you have a strong team there. Probably would move to Haaland though, but let me know on that. Nothing wrong with going João Pedro if you do want it. Hill is in form, that's why it confuses with him to start over Ukulele. Ukulele is my man. I'd be starting Ukulele out of those. Start 2 of Bowen, Krupi, Dango. Plan is to do and die to Dango. Start 2 of Bowen, Krupi and Dango and Bowen out of those. Quack, need help lads. Do I sell Rice for Semenyo or wait till next week and sell Enzo for him? I have 2 free transfers, so I would have 3 free transfers next week if I did nothing. Someone was asking the Patreon then as well about bringing in Semenyo this week. If you have the transfers available, obviously they're blanking in 31. Let's see what's in between though. So Leeds, Nottingham Forest, maybe. If you have the transfers available, West Ham away, fair. Maybe we do have to go Semenyo. Right, so if I was making some moves next week, let's go Chalobah out, Rice out. I have to be bringing in players that are playing in 31. If I'm bringing in Semenyo, and then a 4-7, could maybe do that then next week. Vert, Semenyo, and probably Hill then. So interesting. Okay, maybe we could do that. Ukulele next week is who? Bournemouth away. Maybe we do have to get some menu in for those nice 3 before the blank. Let's see anyhow. What are we saying, Rubber Ducky anyhow? Do I sell Rice or some menu or wait till next week and sell Enzo for him? I have 2 free transfers, so I'd have 3 free transfers for next week if I did nothing. I'd probably roll and then come back to it next week as well. Oh wow, 5k, so trying to hang on till the end of the season now. Very good rank, serious season, fair play to you. Probably roll. Out loud in the chat there, Damien, would you play McNulty? Get him into the team there. 6 2-pointers for Barry against London last week. 1 off the bad foot then as well, and 1 from 60 metres out then as well. No wind behind him then as well. But if he was there, get him in. If you're playing the fantasy GA, get McNulty from Leitrim into your team there, definitely. Rubber Ducky, roll. I think I'd roll. Kevin, what do you think on transfer out Wilson, Anderson? If yes, who would you replace him? 3 free transfers. No, don't get rid of Wilson. His fixtures after this week are very, very tidy. Tottenham at home, West Ham, Forest, Burnley at home. Keep him. He's gonna be. Everyone's gonna be going either towards him or Tavernier over the next couple of weeks. I've Wilson in the team anyhow. He's been taking along nicely. Just hopefully he stays quiet this week, and I'd go with that route then as well. Definitely keep him. Even Anderson then as well with those fixtures. You can even bench them this week. Don't get rid of them. Keep the free transfers. Timber to Van Dijk and a Yari to Dango. Nothing wrong with those. If they're for free, you can nearly play Timber this week. Better chance of DEFCON from Virgil. Extra 2 points if it's for free, definitely. Nothing wrong with Dango with those fixtures for Brentford, so maybe go for it. But you'll have to be getting rid of some of the Arsenal lads anyway before 31. Why not get Van Dijk now? He's definitely a better option than Timber. Timber could have got a return over the double game week when he played through Martinelli in that Brentford game. He was quiet in that Wolves game. Didn't look like getting any attacking returns, and he's not great for getting the DEFCON either. With Van Dijk, he probably has a better attacking threat compared to Timber, and even Timber's playing as a right back also. I'd probably do the Van Dijk transfer with those fixtures for Liverpool, so probably get that done. Semenyo, Haaland, but saying that with Van Dijk, that's probably his big haul you've just missed out on. So it wouldn't be taking a hit for him, but over the long run, over the next couple of game weeks, Van Dijk is a better pick. Duffer, Semenyo, Haaland, and Bruno, Enzo for captain. Who are we going with? Haaland out of those, yeah. Haaland, Bruno, Semenyo, Enzo in that order is what I'll be saying there. That's what I'll be going for. Right, good few messages to get back to in the Patreon also. What do we tend to 10 to 12. We've plenty of time. I've a lot to decide on yet, what I'm gonna do, and what I am gonna do, what I'm not gonna do. So keep the questions coming anyway. Marco, best Bruno G replacements. I have 0.4 million in the bank. I can do a -4 and take off Timber and upgrade Bruno Guimaraes, or just roll. I do have Gabriel already. No, don't take a hit for that. Only 0.4 in the bank, so Bruno Guimaraes is around 7 million, is it? How much is Bruno there? So about 7.4. What are we saying there for a Bruno Guimaraes replacement? Not great options there. The Szoboszlai maybe if Gomez is coming back in there, but I'm not fully gone on Szoboszlai. He's not great picks. Dango maybe with Kevin Shade either. Those fixtures for Brentford, maybe you just go Dango. Probably there. That's it. That's your shout there for a Bruno replacement. You have to get rid of him. 6-9, downgrade to Atara. You've got some nice fixtures for Brentford there, and you're good to go with that. Yeah, David, sell Rice and Keane for Verts and Hill. I have Ekitike or roll. Give Rice one more week. Keane to Hill isn't the worst shout either. If you have Ekitike, I'm not fully gone on a tripling up on the Liverpool lads just yet. I can bring in Verts for Rice in one move this week, but I do think Rice has a chance of getting something against Spurs. So I'm going to hold off, I think, this week just about, but I could probably move to Verts next week. But Semenyo, Verts and Hill could probably move 3 transfers next week, we'll see. But I need to keep 31 in mind also. Right, at the moment anyway, looking at 31, how many have I? So Bruno is 1, Virgil and Ekitike is 3, Wilson is 4, Dubravka and Esteve is 6, but not ideal though. Chelsea do play in 31 then as well, so maybe I have to keep Chalobah, we'll see. But at the moment, yeah, right, that's 7. Ukulele is 8, Rodgers is 9. So we have 9 at the moment for game of 31. Isn't too bad, or maybe I might have 10. No, maybe I think it's 9. Yeah. So Bruno's 1, Ekitike and Virgil is 3, Dubravka and Esteve is 5, Wilson is 6, Enzo and Chalobah is 8, Ukulele 9, 10. Right, I have 10 at the moment. Probably going to make a couple of transfers anyway. It's not ideal having Dubravka and Esteve in that game for the Fulham game, but I don't mind playing Dubravka. See if he can get up some save points. But the way he's playing over the last couple of weeks, he's not playing well. But anyway, right, we'll worry about that when it comes around. But 10 players for blank game at 31 with 3 free transfers now isn't too bad at all. So maybe I can go for Semenyo with a couple of free transfers in the back pocket. So 2 free transfers for now. For roll next week I'll have 3. Bringing in Rice for Verts gets me 11. Bringing in Enzo for Semenyo brings it back down to 10. And then doing Chalobah to Hill keeps me at 10 also. So 10 isn't too bad. But then I probably need to save a couple of free transfers for after the wildcard then as well. But that's what I'm looking at the moment, 10. But we'll make a few changes for sure. Sell Rice and Keane for Verts and Hill. I have Ekitike or roll. I'd give Rice out another week to be fair. Owen Meehan, which three defenders do I start out of Gabriel, Gehi, Cash, Senesi, Chalobah? Gabriel, Chalobah and Gehi out of those. Fede, start 1, Hill, Richards or Cash. Cash against Leeds, a nice chance of some attacking returns. Maybe just about Cash. It's close between Cash and Hill. Richards, too much going on with Palace then as well, so I do think Wolves will score considering their form over the last couple of weeks as well. And the Arsenal game, they'll be looking for a bit of momentum after that Arsenal result. I need to pick my last man standing as well now that I'm reminding myself there. Also, Evan Nielsen, Thiago for free, go for it. Yeah, got 5 free transfers, go for it. Timber to Van Dijk as well. That you're using 3 there to be fair. Maybe I probably would do those 3. Yeah, go with that. Codri Roberto, hi bro, how's your day? All good man. I mean, I have a few questions. I have a little bit of a bench and headache this week. Get in the questions there, Codri, good man. Mr. Mac Krispy Kreme, sell Watkins to Thiago or wait till next game week? Give Watkins one more week. Go one more week with Watkins. Go with that. Right then, 5 to 12 an hour and 35 minutes or so. We're on 23 likes. If we can get up to 30 likes in the next couple of minutes, that'll be very much appreciated. Go down there if you haven't liked the stream already. Let's try and get this pushed out to a few more people around the world then as well. Right, a couple of messages to get back to in the Patreon here then as well. Scott, I've come away from that idea now. Going to go Tarkowski, The Hill, Bruno G to Rodgers, then leave me with funds the following week to upgrade Chalobah to Virgil. That sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, so for now, looking to wildcard 32, dead end the team into 31, wildcard 32, bench boost 33 for this supposedly big double. And then let's see where the triple captaincy is going to fall into place then as well. Free hit as well. Plenty of chips to be played over the next couple of weeks or so. Game week 27 also, 60k, 12 game weeks to go, 11 game weeks to go. So let's see where we do end up. We're in a decent position here then as well with 60k. Need a couple more chips to go well for us. Need another 35 pointer bench boost as well, and we'll be touching the 10k for sure. Raya, Gabriel, Munoz, Virgil, Bruno, Rodgers, Rice, Enzo, Wilson, João Pedro, Haaland cap there. I'm starting for now. Right, good stuff. Let's get back to the chat there. Good few messages, as I said. What will we say the like total for the first pack of cards? Right, good stuff. We're nearly on 29 likes. When we get to 40, we'll open this pack of cards and see who we get then as well. If we get a good pack, or if we get a good card, I don't even know who the good card is, but at Christmas I gave a pack to a lad who was visiting the house, a little boy who's a cousin of my sister's fiance, and he packed a Neymar, which is worth like 20 quid or something. So if we get a decent card, I'll give it away to one of the viewers for sure. And as I said, I got a good few got a package from Tops during the week, and we're going to start opening some packs on the streams for the rest of the season then as well. So thanks a million to Tops for sending that out to us. Very much appreciated. And cool to get those kind of packages as well. Start Wilson or Bowen this week. Bowen out of those. Start 2 between Senesi, Wilson and E. Lafie. Senesi, Wilson and Lafie. Probably Senesi and Wilson, because Lafie looks like he's off the penalties, and he didn't take one during the FA Cup. Start Hill or Gahey there. Jovial, Morning Niall, taco chips and Supermax or cheesy curry fries? Just curry fries without the cheese. Not a big cheese man, no. But curry fries, that's what I'll be going for there. Actually never had a taco chips from Supermax then as well, so I can't say if I like them or not. But they're popular around Galway anyway, at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, but never had them, no. Do let us know your choice there. Maybe we get a poll going there then too. So the captaincy poll, Haaland is a clear lone leader there then as well. Do you know what, let's get Jovial's question there. What are we going for? What's your order there? Let's get something else going there. What's your order? Cheese, curry, chips, taco chips, right? Seeing as we're chatting about chips strategy, let's see what the chat is saying there. Right, let's get back to the chat as well. What do you think about Igor Thiago as captain, Leo? As I said, I'll be hoping he blanks this week, but nothing wrong with going Thiago captain if you want to go for this week. Brighton are poor defensively over the last couple of weeks, and pretty much all season as well. They've been leaky then as well. I know a lot of people have went for Verbruggen over Raya to go with Timber over the double game week. Didn't pay off. They've been unlucky to concede a couple of goals in the 90th minute or the last 10 minutes anyway for Brighton over the last couple of weeks. But I'd probably go Thiago if you're looking for a differential. Nothing wrong with going Thiago over Haaland, but I'll be hoping he keeps quiet. Best Brentford defender, maybe Collins, the Irish lad. Yeah, don't know if I'd be going for a Brentford defender, to be honest with you. But if you do want one, go with Collins. Right, I'm just after reminding myself, I have to go to Athlone right after this to film a few captaincy videos with a lad from Kildare. So just making sure the mic is in charge in there, which it is. Not sure if you can hear the rain outside. Absolutely pelting it down in Galway. So I think I'm going to get rained out a bit in Athlone then too. Right, good stuff. How are we looking there? Grand. Right, 2 minutes to 12. Good stuff. Bench 1, Dewsbury Hall, Rice or Bone. Dewsbury Hall out of those there. That's what we're going for. Right. Owen Meehan, would you start Virgil if you had him? Definitely. For cash, it would be Gabriel, Gahey, Virgil, Senesi, Chalobah. Wow, Gabriel, Gahey, Virgil, Chalobah. You're probably going to have to play your 4 defenders their own. Get that done. Get that locked in there. I've Mukulele, Wilson, Hill, and Anderson. Who do you think to play at 2 and bench 2? Mukulele and Hill, bench Wilson and Anderson. Maybe I'm vouching too much for Sunderland, but their home form is something else, so I'll be going with those. Sorry, I mean if I transferred cash to Virgil, should have made that clear. Sorry. For cash, yeah. For cash to Virgil, go for it. If it's for free, if you have a couple of free transfers on, get that done. I have 3 free transfers done. Virgil in for Timber, nothing wrong with that. Kevin, what about Timber? Planning on transferring him out for O'Reilly, Maguire, Gahey maybe. Virgil should be a priority if you already have Virgil. Don't think I'll be going O'Reilly with the blank. I don't think I'll be going for Gahey either. Maguire, United don't scream clean sheets over the next couple of weeks. Also, how much have you in the bank, Kevin? Let us know. Not mad on the 3 of them. Should I remove Rice to get Rodgers? Probably. Duffer, Lashing Rain at loan 2 Niall. Don't like the sound of that. It's going to be tough conditions for filming captaincy videos. Wow. Okay. Fingers crossed by 3 o'clock or so it'll be slightly calmed down, but not great there. Should I remove Rice to get Rodgers, Sheldon? I probably would go for that. Would you do Bowen to Thiago, 1 free transfer, or roll the 2 free transfers? Good chance of Bowen getting something, but Thiago, it depends if you're chasing. Why not keep Bowen? If you want to protect your rank, I'd probably move it on for Thiago there. I'm probably looking towards that, yeah. Right, good stuff. 12 o'clock, an hour and a half to go to the deadline. Plenty of time. Keep the questions coming if you don't mind. Keep the likes coming and the subscribes coming if you don't mind. Also, and yeah, what are we looking there? 32 likes, as I said. Once we hit 40 likes, we'll get this pack open here then as well. Right, let's start moving through these here. Hello mate, 2 free transfers, 0.1 in the bank. What's your opinion? Having a headache with the first 11 in captaincy, or leave it like this and roll? Mukulele, Gabriel, Timber, Bruno, Rodgers, Rice, Semenyo, Haaland, João Pedro, Thiago. Strong team. He's actually going for Rodgers captain. So he's got Sanchez, Mukulele, Gabriel, Timber, Bruno, Rodgers, Rice, Semenyo, Thiago, João Pedro, Haaland. Rodgers captain out of all those. Fingers crossed he'll get something this week. Jay, hope you're keeping well, pal. 1.3 in the bank, 2 free transfers. Senesi, Mane, Stave on the bench. If you brought in Mane, thankfully I didn't, but that was very unlucky. First off, didn't get the assist. And second off, he didn't get a DEFCON in the first game also. 11 in the first game then as well, not ideal. Raya, Gahey, Gabriel, Mukulele, Rodgers, Enzo, Semenyo, Rice, Bruno, Thiago, Haaland, captain. Roll. All good there. Grand. Let's get back to one more on the Patreon for now, and then we'll get back to the YouTube stream. Too early to wildcard, not confident at the moment at all, Jono. Verbruggen, Timber, Gabriel, Gahey, Bruno, Rice, Rodgers, Wilson, Ndai, Ekatike, Haaland. Is that Ashley Barnes? It is on the bench. Haaland, cap. What's in the bank? Right, good stuff. Right, back to the YouTube chat here. Curry cheese chips is well ahead there. 70% on curry cheese chips. Fair enough. I'd be having it without the cheese, as I was saying. Would you do Bowen to Thiago? Maybe just roll. No, I probably would go for it. Start Anderson or Raul. I'm starting Mukulele, so I'm going to say start Anderson for some DEFCON. Sunderland, fingers crossed, will keep them quiet. 1.2 million left for Kevin there. What are we saying, Kevin? What about Timber? So you have 1.2 for any defender you want, really. Have you Virgil, Kevin, though? If you don't have Virgil, get him in. That's who you're going for there. That's who I would be going for there, aren't you? Or what's your other option to let us know? Would you sell Ekatike for Thiago and Enzo for Semenyo? Not this week, no. Maybe next week. No, not even Ekatike, sorry. Enzo for Semenyo, maybe next week. Ekatike, no, you have to keep Ekatike with that fixture run for Liverpool. I know there's chance Isak is going to be back soon. They might rush him back ahead of the World Cup, but Ekatike needs to start putting away some chances. He missed 2 big chances against City. 1 big chance against City and 1 big chance against Sunderland. Needs to start putting the ball in the net. Castle, Please rate my team. Pickford, Gabriel, Timber, Mukelele, Rice, Bruno, Enzo, Rodgers, Anderson, Haaland, Thiago. One free transfer. Looking at that team is strong enough. Roll to there. What are you saying? Should I make any transfers or save? Anderson, Richards and Guy on the bench. So you've already got Pickford, Gabriel, Timber, Mukelele. Strong defence there. Rice, Bruno, Enzo, Rodgers, Anderson, Haaland, Thiago. Good to go. Roll into 2 free transfers. Transfer is very worthwhile there for next week, so keep that there. I've Chalobah and Gabriel. Play Timber or Nunes is back 3. Probably Nunes but surely could you play Timber as well? Could you do 4-4-2? A lot of people will be playing 4-4-2 this week. Let me know your rest of the team there at Sports Central Hub, but maybe you can do 4 at the back. Do you think Arsenal will win the league? It's in City's hands now, isn't it? Let's have a quick look at the table. If City win all their games, isn't it? They've won the league. Or sorry, no, they've one game in hand, so that gets them to 56. They still have to play each other then as well. I don't know. I don't know who I want to win the league. Probably City. Even as a United fan, I think the Arsenal fans are unbearable anyway. And actually, I have a few friends that are Arsenal fans. But it'll be typical like Arsenal if they do bottle it once again. But two poor results. Obviously, maybe City. I think it's going to be City again. It's mad. Didn't Paddy Power pay out on Arsenal win the league also when they were 7 or 8 or ahead? But for an FPL perspective, I hope it's close up until the last game of the season, especially with a triple captaincy still to play. I need Haaland to be playing a potential double gaming for the triple captaincy to outscore that Gabriel. I know it's only a couple of points, 7. If he gets a goal, that's matching at least over 2 games. I'm just glad to have it in the back pocket anyway, and if it stays the way it is, that's better from an FPL perspective for sure. Dango or Ryan? Dango, 70% never had Supermax Taco, myself included. Haaland or Pedro this week? Haaland out of those. What are the curry chips, Sheldon? They're just chips with a bit of curry on them. That's literally it does exactly what it says on the tin there. Sell Rice to Rodgers this week? Probably would if you've got a couple of free transfers. Isak will be back in April, fair enough, yeah, and I think they will be rushing him back for the World Cup as well. Okay, Kevin Wright, I do have Virgil, but my midfield is not so strong. If I have Bruno, F, Rodgers, Enzo, Anderson and Wilson, that's a strong midfield, nothing wrong with that at all. My defenders is Van Dijk, Mukelele, Timber, Gabriel and Esteve with the same strikers. I'd roll, no point getting rid of Timber. They're playing this week. Van Dijk, Mukelele, Timber, Gabriel, bench Wilson, or you can even bench Anderson if you wanted to there. Bruno, Rodgers, Enzo and Anderson maybe to get your DEFCON 4-4-2. No need to make a transfer at all, Kevin. Save that free transfer. They're worth a lot more than a transfer. Saving it is a better route. Start Alderete or Anderson? Probably Alderete with their home form. Or start Mukelele or Timber? Timber just, but can you start Mukelele? Next game week, would you do JP to Thiago? Probably would, yeah. Owen, yeah. Have a route to get Thiago into the team for sure. I'm going to make a move next game week. Which combination do you think is better to replace Rice, Enzo and Dewsbury Hall? Verts, Dango and Ryan, or Rodgers, Soboslai and Anderson? My other 2 midfielders are Bruno and Wilson. I prefer the first one. Maybe Verts, Dango and Tavernier when he's back though. Codry, that's what I'll be going for there. Semenyo or Thiago captain? Thiago, Anderson, Halatino. What are we saying there, man? Did we miss you something, or what are we saying? Anderson. If that's Anderson of Nottingham Forest, there's nothing wrong with playing him this week. Very good chance he gets DEFCON as well with that Liverpool game. So 4 points, nothing wrong with that at all. Timber to Hill this week. Annie Cade, play Timber if you can, and then reassess your options next week. Timber to Virgil, nothing wrong with that. If there's nothing else, I'd just start Timber and worry about that then as well. I do think Arsenal definitely bounce back after that. There'll be pressure on them for sure with the fact that's in Spurs as well. Let's see. But I'm fairly confident of Arsenal getting something in that game. If they do lose a clean sheet then as well, always chance of Gabriel getting something. Start 3 of Gabriel, Timber, Hill, Mukelele, Munoz, Mukelele and Gabriel. You could even start 4 Timber as well. Throw Timber in. You could even play Hill with the DEFCON. But if you're playing 3, Gabriel, Munoz. If you have Munoz at that price, you have to be playing him against Wolves. I was unlucky not to get something last week as well. Gabriel, Munoz, It's a toss-up between Timber and Ukulele. Probably just have to play Timber with his effective ownership as an Arsenal defender. But after the double game week, majority of FPL managers are going to have at least 2 Arsenal defenders this week. So protecting your rank, Timber, Gabriel and Munoz. I'd try and sneak Ukulele in there as well as a fourth. Would you bench boost Pedro, Gehi, Saliba and Dubravka? Probably would. Save it for a double week if you can. VV TS said, skip the message above NEK. Sorry, I thought I got back to you, man. Sorry. NEK, where are you gone? Sell Rice to Rodgers. If you have a couple, do. That's what I'll be saying. If not, just roll. Rice can get something against Spurs this week, whether it's DEFCON or something from a set piece. Timber to Hill. Roll no. Play Timber this week. Better to have a free transfer, extra one next week. I've got Thiago, Haaland, João Pedro, Enzo, Bruno Fernandes, Rice, Semenyo. Would you start Anderson in there? Thiago, Haaland, JP, sorry, Enzo, Bruno F, Rice, Semenyo. No, play all those over Anderson. You have a strong front. What is that? 7, very strong front 7 there. Laurie, nothing wrong with playing the bench boost. It's a strong bench boost there. If you have your wildcard left, which you should still have it left anyway, I would probably be wildcarding 32, bench boosting into a double game week 33. So maybe leave off the bench boost until then. But that's a strong bench boost. You have to be playing João Pedro and Gehi. You'd nearly be playing Gehi, Pedro and Saliba. Send in the rest of your team there, Laurie, and we'll take a look. But for now, that's a very strong bench. What do you think of captaincy on Sarr? Sarr's enough of a differential as is, so no, leave off that. I wouldn't bother going with that then as well. Right then, how we looking there? A couple of new subs there, which is very much appreciated. We're 29 subs off 8,900. It's going to be a big ask to get that before the end of the stream, but if you are watching and you haven't clicked subscribe already, go down there, click subscribe. Your support is very much appreciated. We're on the way to 9k subs. Yeah, fingers crossed we can get there at least this season as well. And we're on 35 likes. I said once we hit 40 likes, we're going to open this pack as well. So hit that like button if you haven't done so already. And if we do get a good card, if it's worth anything, if there's any card fanatics in the chat, if we do get a good card, I'll give it away to one of the viewers here as well. I've got Thiago, Haaland, João Pedro. Yeah, would you start them over Anderson? No, I wouldn't. Thanks, buddy Kevin. No bother, man. Skip the message above there. Got back to there then as well, if that's okay. Play one of Watkins, Gehi, Sarr and Saliba. Wow, Laurie, that's a stacked team there. Wow. Play one of Watkins, Gehi, Sarr and Saliba. You have to play them all. Send in the rest of the team, Lowry. You have to play all those. You're missing out on points there if you're only playing one of those players. Sandry, hi. Dewsbury Hall versus Wilson and Richards versus Ukulele. Choose 2 to play. Wilson over Dewsbury Hall, Ukulele over Richards, but then you're not ideal starting 2 players, a defence and an attacker in opposing teams as well in the one game. Dewsbury Hall and Ukulele, so and hope Ukulele gets his clean sheet. What else are we saying here? Afternoon buzzing about. Good to see you, man. Own me and bench one of Rice, Enzo, Bruno Fernandes, Rodgers, Semenyo. It's for Virgil, so he's not worth it. I can bench him and do a 3-5-2. You have to play Virgil. Send the rest of your team there. Rice, Enzo, Bruno, Rodgers, Semenyo. You have to be playing all those midfielders. It's for Virgil. What's the rest of your defence on? Yeah, you surely have to play Virgil over one of those, over one of your other defenders. I've been playing all those midfielders definitely. Sending the rest of your team there on. Good man. Bench boost of Anderson, Cash, Ukulele and Kelleher. Save it for the double game week. No, it's not announced yet, but there's meant to be a big one in 33, so a lot of people are going to be wildcard in 32, bench boosting into 33. Don't use the bench boost on that. No, I wouldn't go near that one. No. Codriberto, better do Rice averts this game week or next week. I think give Rice one more week. Could I punt with Strand Larson captain? Don't think I'll go near him. No, he's a differential as is anyway. I know he got 2 in last week, but no, I don't think I would. No, leave it off. Any changes am I making Niall Abdullah at the moment? No, I don't think I will. I could do Rice to Verts for free. I think I give Rice one more week. Yo, bring in Rodgers or Verts for Bruno Guimaraes or just start Anderson. Rodgers fixtures, right? He's very, very hot and cold. He's getting a 10-pointer. He's blanking. He's getting a 10-pointer. He's blanking. Or sorry, an 8-pointer. So 8-2, 10-2. Those fixtures for Aston Villa over the next couple of weeks, up until game week 31, then are lovely. Even United away isn't the worst fixture. Also, Chelsea at home. Chelsea are leaking goals as well. Rodgers or Verts. I think I'd still go Rodgers just, and then have a plan about getting Verts in next week. I do like that Leeds fixture a lot for Villa this week. So yeah, Rodgers this week, Wirtz next week. If you can do a Wirtz in for Rice next week, maybe that's what you go then as well. Holidays booked: Montenegro, India, Portugal and Madeira. Buzzing about. I'm sure you're buzzing about looking at that. Very good. Fingers crossed it's after the FPL season, or maybe it's during it then as well. So if you are in those countries, don't forget about the deadlines each week. Good man. Never been to those countries. I've been to Portugal, sorry, yeah. Where's that message gone? Where are we gone with you? Yeah, Montenegro, India, Portugal and Madeira. Only been to Portugal, so fair play. Good stuff. Sell Rice for Semenyo this week. Yeah, possibly could. Against Newcastle, maybe. That's something maybe I haven't thought about. If I wanted to do it, Semenyo in next week. What is he? 7-9 is he? No. 80 is now. Wow. Newcastle leads 14-2, 7-8, 2-6. What was it? His first game was the Wolves, wasn't it? When he scored, I think, was it? Interesting. Okay. Rice to Semenyo, nothing wrong with that. To be honest with you, if you want him for those 3 games, maybe. Maybe you're giving me something to think about then as well. Because if I was doing something next week, it'd be Enzo, Rice and Chalobah out for Semenyo, Wirtz and Hill probably. And that sets us up fairly decently for the next couple of weeks also. Captaincy next week, if we are looking away from that, probably still is going to be Haaland away to Leeds, probably. I don't think I can get the Salah before that unless I get rid of Haaland, but Semenyo to in for Rice, I haven't even considered that really. If I want Semenyo this week, why not get him? If I want him next week, why not get him this week? If you have a couple of free transfers, there's nothing wrong with it. If you wanted to go for it, go for it. Tarkowski to Hill, worth it? Probably not. No, not for free, or definitely not for a hit. But if you've only got one free transfer, I wouldn't bother with that. No. Dian Atir start: Sanchez, Gabriel, Timber, Gahey, Mukelele, Lafie, Bruno Fernandes, Enzo, Rice, Watkins, Haaland. Benches: Kelleher, Thiago, Hill and Wilson. Is this a bench boost squad, or should I transfer for who or roll, please? Sanchez, Gabriel, Timber, Gahey, Mukelele. 4 defenders there, nothing wrong with those. Bruno Fernandes, Enzo, Rice, Watkins, Haaland. Bench is Thiago on the bench. Get Thiago in for Lafie, and you can nearly leave at that. 4-4, no 4. Bruno F, Enzo, Rice. Yeah, 4-3-3 then. Get Thiago in for Lafie there. All good there. Mohamed Tarkowski, the Hill, worth it? No, leave that off. Palmer captain buzzing about. If you have Palmer, get that done there. Lowry, here we go. Right, team is Raya, Munoz, Gabriel, Chalobah, Sarr, Bruno, Enzo, Semenyo, Rodgers, Ekitike, Haaland. Benches: Watkins, Dubravka, Saliba and Gahey. Yeah, fair enough. Munoz, Gabriel, Chalobah, Sarr, Bruno, Enzo, Semenyo, Rodgers, Ekitike, Thiago. You're going to have points in your bench there. Wildcard is already played then as well. If you've the wildcard already played, I just get the bench boost out of the way, so because a lot of the people are going to be bench or wildcarding into a bench boost. Get that bench boost done this week, Lowry. So your team is very strong. Your 15 is there. Apart from Dubravka, with Dubravka you could probably get some save points. Fingers crossed he can save a Palmer penalty and Enzo get the rebound. That'd be ideal for myself and yourself there too, looking at Enzo and Dubravka in your team. If you've already played the wild card, get it done, get the bench boost out of the way so you don't have to worry about that. Probably would just do that. Should I sell Timber to Van Dijk or keep Timber and play Timber instead of Mukelele? If you have a couple of free transfers, Timber to Van Dijk, just get it done, yeah. Go with that. Right, Rodgers, captain, nothing wrong with it. Haaland has to be it there. Pepe said he's fine to play, so I'd go with that, no. Right, what else are we saying there? 12:15, an hour and 13 minutes or so until the deadline. We're on 43 likes. Right, I'm going to have to open up this match attacks pack then as well. A couple of new subs then as well. We're 26 subs off hitting 8,900. If we get close to that before the end of the stream, we've about 50 in the chat at the moment. If you are watching, you haven't clicked subscribe, head on down there, click subscribe on the channel. We're going to get into this pack then as well. As I said, if there's any fanatics or card fanatics in the chat then as well. If we do pack someone, do let us know, and we'll send it out to one of the viewers on this. Right, here we go, this pack. Whatever that QR code then as well. Ooh, starting off well. Is he worth anything? Gakpo, Stealth Strike, don't even know. He's a shiny-ish card anyway. If that's worth anything, give us a shout. We've got Arda Güler of Madrid there too. Don't think he's worth anything. Antonio Silva of Benfica there then as well. Both of those players playing against each other. And Locatelli of Juventus there then as well. If that Gakpo one, if there's a Liverpool supporter, oh, I missed one. It was stuck together. Oh wow, Jesus, is he worth something? Fernando Torres, shiny. That was a good pack, no? Cody Gakpo and Fernando Torres, are they worth anything? On screen there. Do let us know if they are. Or do I have to go looking up that then as well? If anyone wants those cards, let us know in the chat there. Let's have a look if they are worth anything before we get into the stream, or back to the stream. That Fernando Torres one, Fernando Torres, cup champion. He's worth £2. Fair enough. And then that Cody Gakpo, well, £2 on £4 there. Fair enough. Cool card to get anyway. And then Cody Gakpo, Stealth Strike. Is he worth anything? No, about £2 as well. Fair enough. If anyone wants those, these match attacks have changed. They're all shiny cards now. Back in the day, you could get a whole pack of playing cards. Yeah, I thought he would have been worth a bit, that Torres one. Only £2 there. But I have a couple of big packs, or big, I don't even know what you call them, from the new Premier League one that was released last week. Top sent me a few of them to open, so I'm going to open them on the next stream then as well. If we do get some good cards, I'm going to give them away to some of the viewers then as well. So let's see then as well. World Cup in Montenegro, very fair, good stuff. Right, let's get back to the stream then as well. If anyone wants that Torres or Gakpo, do let us know. If anyone does, give us a shout. I'll get it sent out to you. It's only worth about €2 each there, but 2 shiny cards, nothing wrong with that. Anyway, what was that about the league code there? Your league code winner will get rewarded Faisal, yeah. So whoever is first in my league at the end of the season will win themselves next season's Premier League jersey of their choice. So yeah, make sure you're in it to win it anyway. And all you have to do is just follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and subscribe here then as well. Good stuff. Right, back to the chat here then anyway. Where were we? We got sidetracked with those packs. Start Sanchez, Gab, Timber, Gahey, Mukulele. Oh yeah, here we go, yeah. Is this a bench boost squad? Who should I transfer a role? If you have your wildcard still, don't bench boost this week. Save it until after the wildcard. But you have a strong enough team there anyway. But I'll leave it off. Buzzing about on Palmer captain, very fair. Lowry, yourself, the fact you have played your wildcard, I think I'd be bench boosting there. Nottingham Forest will beat Liverpool tomorrow, mate. If Van Dijk and Ekatika can score, don't mind Liverpool losing at all. 3-2 Forest will take that. That's fine. Good result for Forest in Europe as well during the week. Marco, my team is Sanchez, Gabriel, Timber, Munoz, Senesi, Fernandez, Rice, Wilson, Haaland, Pedro, and Thiago. Should I take off Timber for another defender, and for who or role? Gabriel, Timber, Munoz, Senesi, Bruno, Rice, Wilson, Haaland, Pedro, and Thiago. Who's on the bench there? But for now, that's nothing wrong with that. Codriberto, have a good weekend, man. Appreciate you tuning in. Good stuff. Marco, though, Sanchez, Gabriel, Timber, Munoz, Senesi. You could play Senesi over someone, but let us know who's on your bench there then as well. Should I captain Somerville? I don't think I would. No, he's a nice differential. He's taking along nicely. Another goal in the FA Cup also to get West Ham through, so nothing wrong with that. Start one, bench one. Lafie plays home or Anderson plays away. Anderson for the DEFCON there, if that's Anderson of Forest, or is it Anderson of Fulham? If it's Anderson of Forest, play him over Lafie. If it's Anderson of Fulham, play Anderson maybe just for DEFCON. I can't see Lafie getting much in that game, to be honest with you. Should I sell Ekitike or Thiago this week, or should I do it next week? Ekitike, no, don't get rid of any of those. I don't have another Liverpool forwards to cover up. Should I sell Ekitike to Thiago? No, definitely don't. Pedro or Haaland captain? Haaland captain. These match attacks have changed. They're all shiny cards now. Back in the day, you could have a whole pack of playing cards. Yeah, and it's mad how much of it's mad how much opening cards have grown then as well. Obviously, tops are great with the new releases each time, but the pricing as well. I was in the top store in London a couple of weeks ago. I want to see if it'll turn into a good video, but there was a card in the top store for 10.5 grand. When I was in the store, someone actually bought it, which was crazy, so I couldn't include it in the video. Next best card was 9.5 grand, but someone bought a Jude Bellingham rookie card for 10.5 grand in the top store in London. If you're spending 10.5 grand on a football card, life is good. But he was actually in the store I was actually in the store when he bought it, which is crazy. But anyway, yeah. Everyone's opening packs these days. Who should I pick for last man standing? I'm City, Fulham, or Sunderland. City there. Get City out of the way there. Fulham and Sunderland is a bit of an iffy game there, so I'm not sure on that. Looking at my own one, I'm in the last man standing also. What are the other ones picking? So Sunderland and Palace. Who have I left? So I have Bournemouth, Brentford, Brighton, Burnley. I've used Crystal Palace, haven't I? Right, so Bournemouth, Brentford, Burnley, Everton, Leeds, Forest, Spurs, West Ham, and Wolves. Wow, I'm probably going to have to go Brentford. So Bournemouth away to West Ham. Maybe I don't fully trust them. Maybe I have to go Brentford at home. That's tough. Out of your one there though, Saw Doctor, I just get City because Fulham and Sunderland is a bit of an iffy one. Who am I even going to go next week then? Wolves against Villa, Brighton against Nottingham Forest. Need to get through this week anyway. Probably going to have to go Brentford looking at my teams. So I'm down to the last three then as well. Bournemouth against West Ham, I don't trust them away. Brentford, Brighton, Burnley against Chelsea, obviously not going near them. Leeds, Forest, West Ham, Spurs, Wolves. I'm going to have to go Brentford. Get that in there before I forget about it. Wow, so Sunderland, Palace and Brentford. Shorties are going to be winning in our last man standing this week, whoever comes out with on top with that. Right then, 25 past 12, an hour and 5 to go until the deadline. Keep this going. Haaland, right, what's in the bank? One free transfer, 0.4 in the bank. Roll it, so. Grand. Right, what else are we saying? Mo, what are we doing here? How possibly think it was me forget top three in my middle league? I'm 45 to 65 points behind. They've triple captain left. What should I do now? We've got Haaland news, and who should I captain? Haaland cap. That's the rest of your team there. Grand, all good. Eddie, same as previous week. Virgil, Chalobah, Gabriel, Timber, Anderson, Enzo, Rodgers, Bruno, Haaland, Ekitike. Roll again, lad. Right, good stuff. Eddie, Alice, problem for another day. Exactly. Grand, nice one there. Start Hiller Alderete in the chat there. Scope X, Hiller Alderete, probably Alderete, just probably a 50-50. I'd go for it with can't even spell right. In die to Ryan or Dango Atara. I like Brentford's fixtures of the next couple. And if Dango wouldn't mind scoring instead of Thiago, that'd be lovely. AX, any transfer this week? What are we saying? Raya, Gabriel, Chalobah, Mukalele, Anderson, Bruno, Rodgers, Rice, Enzo, Haaland, Ekitike. Roll. Michael, at Chelsea picked a few weeks ago against Wolves, unfortunately. I went Phil in the end as had to have picked by last night. Tempted, but was thinking about getting Timber out. Has been a major letdown and Spurs will score, I feel. Timber to Verge. go with that. Yeah, all good. Right, Scott, stuck on either Haaland or Pedro captain. Haaland over. Right, all good there. Back to the chat here then as well. Niall, can you take a look at my team I sent in there maybe 5 minutes ago? Owen, what are we saying? Go back to you there. Sorry, I thought I got back to you, good man. My team is Raya, Dubravka, Gabriel, Chalaba, Senesi, Gahey, Virgil, Enzo, Bruno, Semenyo, Rice, Rodgers, JP, Haaland and Mane as bench fodder. So Raya, Gabriel, Chalaba, Gahey and Virgil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, you're going to have to bench Gahey probably. Gabriel, Chalaba, Virgil is what I'll be going for there. Bench Gahey and Senesi. Enzo, Bruno, Semenyo, Rodgers, Rice. Yeah, 3-5-2 there. Very strong team there on. Bench Gahey, bench Senesi. There could be points in your bench, but I'd be playing Gabriel, Chalaba and Virgil in your back three there. And your 5-man midfield is very strong. So 3-5-2-1 if that's alright, good man. Sorry, I thought I got back to there. Apologies about that on. Safdar Lance. Should I sell Ekatika to Thiago? No, do not do that. Who to start? Senesi or Krupi Jr.? Start the attacker, I think I'd go for there. Brodu, Salah in for Rice and Thiago in for Haaland? No. Definitely not. No, don't do that. Thanks for the reply. Was leaning more towards Hill because of DEFCON. Have a good week, Scope. No bother at all. DEFCON as well. Alderete is a good lad for DEFCON too. I think Sunderland's home form. West Ham, especially at home, might nick one against Bournemouth. That's why I'm staying away from them in the last man standing. Stephen O'Brien, who's the best captain pick this week? Palmer. If you have Palmer, go with him. I don't have Palmer, so I have to go with the next best option in Erling Haaland. That's what we're looking at there. Yeah, a lot of people going Haaland there. I think what we had earlier anyway, it was like a 70%. Even there was only Bruno Fernandes was 3%, and then between JP and Palmer wasn't much in between those. So if you have Palmer, he's a big differential this week. So get him into you. Right, good stuff there. All good. Right, an hour to go until the deadline. Paul Beats in the chat. Paul, I'm going to assume you send us a message on Twitter, so let's get you up here then as well. What are we saying? Here we go, 5 minutes ago, good man. 3 free transfers: Raya, Gabriel, Chalaba, Mukalele. 3 in the back, all good. Bruno Fernandes, Semenyo, Rice, Enzo, Wilson. Oh, you're going 3-4-3. Bench Wilson, all good there. Roll and bench Wilson, then have 4 free transfers next week. Paul, good man. Let me know if that's alright. Good stuff. Yeah, Mukalele over Thiago. Bench Wilson, 3-4-3. Good to go then. Good stuff. Yes, sir, Michael, good stuff. Go for it. Is everyone captain and Haaland? All good there. Grand. Scared of Palmer again. So does the job. Right, here we go. A lot of ones to get through. Right, Marcus Alexander. Anyway, planning to roll this week. What did you suggest? Verbruggen, Saliba, Gabriel, Senesi, Anderson, Rice, Bruno, Enzo, Semenyo, Haaland, and Ekatika. Team as strong as is there. Leave it off that. Perfect. Thanks, Niall. Where do you rank in your mini league? I'm looking for your team. Where do I rank in my mini league? I am 62nd in my league on there. If you want to take a look at my team there, 62nd overall in my own one. I don't know how many's in the league. It could be 1,000 or a couple of 5 to 1,000 in the league, and 500 to 1,000. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm 62nd in that. Not doing too bad. Second in my own Patreon league. So Scott is 10 ahead of me there. There's some good ranks in the Patreon there. Good stuff. Right. Would love to get Palmer in somehow. Just don't know how I can do it other than getting rid of Haaland or Bruno. Yeah, I think you have to leave off Palmer this week, Paul. No need to rip up your team. Enzo, let's just hope Palmer gets an early sub, and Enzo's the one taking penalties late on into the game. Not ideal, but sure, look, that's what we're hoping for. Bring João Pedro in for Ekitike. Do not do that, no. Start Mukulele or Anderson. Mukulele. Captain Semenyo or Haaland. Haaland. Semenyo's a nice shout this week, though. Right, sorry, just getting back to a message here. Right, all good. Nice one. Grand, good stuff. Right. Yeah, do not get rid of Ekitike this week. Roll, transfer and lock in my team. Timber, Richards, Gabriel, Enzo, Rice, Rogers, Bruno, Wilson, Thiago, João Pedro, Haaland. Looks good. All there. Be good man. Would your bench boost have 3 free transfers also? Leave off for the big double game week in 33 grand. Bring in Palmer for Bruno, Saw Doctor. Definitely not, no. Keep Bruno in the team there, no. Don't do that. Would Rice to Dango be a smart move? Keep Rice. More weak. 3 free transfers, 0.6 in the bank. What transfers do you recommend FPL? And what do you think of this starting lineup? Raya, Gabriel, O'Reilly, Virgil, Bruno, Rice, Rogers, Enzo, Ndai, Haaland and Ekitike. 0.6 in the bank for an Ndai replacement. Not ideal. 3 free transfers though. Ndai. Dango. Ash there, let us know if that's alright. Benching Wilson and Thiago and Captain João Pedro this week. Nothing wrong with Captain and João Pedro, just with the fact Haaland has penalties over João Pedro. Palmer is definitely better than Haaland. I'm gonna repeat myself a lot this stream, but I think I'd go Haaland over João Pedro, but nothing wrong with that, Paul, if you want to go with that. Team is looking strong this week. Even Semenyo could be a shout if you didn't want to captain Haaland. Maybe that could be a route there if you wanted to go then as well. Right, I was slouching down there, just noticed myself there. So I'm going to try sit up a wee bit straight. Right. All good there. Two rivals of João Pedro lost 10 points in them last week because of him. Don't know what to do with Thiago and Raul. Peter, what's the team? What's the rest of the team? Grand. Starting 11 and bench order, all good. Raya, Gabriel, Chalaba, Richards, Hill, Wood. Third. Uke over Richards. Grand, all good there. S. It's okay to keep Evan Nielsen for this good run or must sell. If you can do Evan Nielsen to Thiago, do that. I'm sitting 626th in Scotland just now. Best position I've ever been. Wow, what's the overall rank, Paul? So, your team is looking well though. If you want to go João Pedro, nothing wrong with that. Go with that. Dylan Higgins in the chat. Higgins, good man. I know your answer will be biased because you only have one of these players, but if you had João Pedro and Ekitike, who would you captain out of them 2 picks? I'd actually captain João Pedro Higgins out of those 2. You'd be surprised to hear me say that, but yeah, João Pedro with that Burnley fixture. Palmer, Haaland, João Pedro in that order. But João Pedro over Ekitike for the captaincy, definitely. That's not even a question. Yeah, I think you were going to be surprised by that, but yeah, João Pedro for the Ironman there over Ekitike. Tarkowski to Van Dijk, Hill. Van Dijk in there, go for it. Start and bench order, all good. Yeah, I said that, all good there. Any changes, Niall? 2 free transfers. Yeah, I told you, Higgins. Paul Beats 30k overall. Wow, you're doing better than me. Good stuff. You don't need my help at all, Paul. So very good season for you. So team is looking very strong there. Don't listen to me so about the João Pedro, but I would still say Captain Haaland. But nothing wrong with going João Pedro, especially with the fixtures. But Higgins, yeah, João Pedro as well. That's what I'll be saying there. Right, Donnarumma, Timber, Chalaba, Gabriel, Mukulele, Rogers, Bruno, Rice, Anderson, Haaland and João Pedro. Roll there, Emma, all good. Roll. FPL 2 million and 2 free transfers, please help, I need to win. Senesi, Esteva, Guy on the bench. Rice, Wilson, Bruno, Rogers, João Pedro, Haaland, Mukulele, Gabriel, Chalaba. 2 million in the bank. How much for Garner? Rain outside then as well. I don't know if you can hear that. You got any transfers for your team in the future? So 2 free transfers this week scope. If I roll this week, I'll have 3 free transfers. Then Rice, Enzo, Chalobah, probably looking like they'll move next week. Probably Semenyo, Verts, and a defender then as well. So look, we'll see then as well. Paul, top of all of my mini leagues bar 1. I'm 2 points away from the top. Good to hear that then as well. Even better to hear all from watching the lives and taking your tips. Well worth the joining fee. Appreciate that, Paul. Good man. And cheers as always for tuning in. Really do appreciate your support. If you want to be like Paul and become a member, hop down into the description there then as well. I've got the Patreon and I've got the YouTube also then as well. So if you want to be a member like William, Michael, Higgins, Paul then as well, a couple of members throughout the stream also, hop down into the description then as well. Or you don't even have to become a member, just tune into the lives every week then as well. But appreciate that for your support then as well, Paul. Hop down there, click subscribe if you don't want to become a member. Click and subscribe is all the help that's needed then as well. So I really do appreciate everyone who tunes in every week then as well. Good stuff. Right, Owen, Niall, I've sort of fluked a good run this year. Last year I finished out the top million, but doing good this year. Good man, Owen. What's the rank, Owen? Do let us know. I have a feeling JP might not start. I think he will after the break. Surely he will. How much for a Garner replacement there? Who's the best captain this week, JP or Haaland? All good there. Nothing in the bank. 1 free transfer. Roll it over. Enzo, Bruno, Rice, Wilson, Haaland, Ekitike. Roll 4 at the back. That rain, I don't want to listen to that rain. It's terrible outside. 1 free transfer, 2.1 in the bank. Any thoughts? Wow, you're not play. 1 free transfer, play Enzo over Wilson. Play Enzo over Wilson. All good there. 2 free transfer, 0 in the bank. Timber, Madueke on the bench. Mitchell, Senesi, Chalobah, Gabriel. Lamans is a weird one. Rogers, Bruno, Mbuemo, Enzo, Krupa Jr., Haaland. That's crazy. Timber, Madueke. 0 in the bank. Madueke replacement. How much for? Right, Cole. Let me know on that. Would you advise on the starting lineup too, please? Timber, Hill, Richards, Sobosai, Bruno, Caicedo, Adil, Somerville, Calvert-Lewin, Strand, Larson in the draft. Sorry, Solanke, Maguire on the bench. Leave as is. All good there. Leave as is. Ash. Nice one. Right, couple more here then as well. Owen Meehan with the supporter there. Appreciate that, Owen. Lovely to see that, man. Appreciate that. About 600 and something now. Wow. 600 overall. Jesus Christ, I don't need my help at all, man. Some going. And something now that I think about it, I only started watching your videos this season, so they're definitely a major contributor. That's class, man. Appreciate that, man. What's your... Wow. You won't be happy with that. As usual, was off this week. I had to use a different lad by the look of things. Wow. I'll have to send him that. Nothing wrong with that, no. Jeez, you don't like that. Iconic Pride. I think that's one of the lads though, is it? What's your barber doing for a living? Back to Owen there. Owen, appreciate that with the supporter tier, man. That's class to see. Jeez, I hope it's drying that loan. Pelting it down here then as well. Some rank, Owen, good man. If you get into my FPL league, it'd be great to give the jersey or the winner jersey that I actually know of, or I recognise their name. So if you're not in my league, on get entering there. If you're watching the videos every week, are you even in the league? Let's have a look. Maybe you are. Where are we gone there? FPL YouTube. I'm laughing at that comment. Yeah, I don't think you're on. Get entering there. You could have a jersey coming your way at the end of the season. Good stuff. Timber to Cash, Timber to Virgil. Not sure about Timber to Cash. Just play him in here. Hello Era, should I take a -4 for Timber to Hill and Guy to Thiago of Haaland, Ekitike, Bruno, Rice, Enzo, Cunha, Anderson, Gabriel? Wow, that's a lot of names there. So, alright, should I take a -4 hit for Timber to Hill and Guy to Thiago? Not more than -4, I don't think. Haaland, Ekitike, Bruno, Rice, Enzo, Cunha, Anderson, Gabriel, Tarkowski, Timber, Alderete, Vandenberg. Please suggest. No, not worth a -4 at cash there. Definitely not. No, not worth a hit. Leave off that. That's definitely one of the lads' iconic price. Can start 2 of Rice, Hill, Croupy, KDH or Cash. Rice anyway. Rice and Hill. I think I'll be starting out of those. Any team news yet? Not yet. Yeah, I was thinking of getting rid. Oh, that's definitely Richie iconic price. Definitely. Was thinking of getting rid of Enzo for Wirtz. Sorry, can't afford him. Would you recommend Gravenberch? No, definitely not. Leave Enzo in the team. Definitely don't get rid of Enzo against Burnley. Get rid of him next week, but give him one more week in the team. He's getting rid this next week then as well. 50 likes on the stream. That's great to see then as well. Right, let's keep this going then. A quarter-ish to 1 o'clock there. So what are we? 44. Yeah. So what's that? 46 minutes to go until the deadline. 2 free transfers. Any changes to the starting 11 here? Gabriel, Verge, Mukulele, Bruno, Mbeumo, Enzo, Rice, Rogers, Haaland, Thiago. Looks good. Nice one. All good there. Any changes here from Dwayne in the Patreon? Gabriel, Chalaba, Virgil, Bruno, Wilson. I'm starting Muke. I'm 4th, I believe. Hopefully I'm in the right league. Higgins with good stuff on. If that gets you one step closer to getting a jersey, as I said, I prefer to give it someone that watches the videos and that. So make sure you come first. Good lad. Right, McDonald's Nuggets dips. Here we go. So Higgins in the chat. McDonald's dip. Right, good few coming in there then as well. What even is a dips? Barbecue. I only go for barbecue. I've had to look up the McDonald's Nuggets dip. Sweet chili, isn't it? Or is it even sweet chili? McDonald's Nuggets dips. What even is the dips? It's not coming up, is it? When did they start getting Buffalo? That American Ranch. What's the dips? Barbecue, sweet and sour. Jovial, what have you started? Yeah, sweet and sour. Mayonnaise. Right, get going there. What are we saying? Curry chip, and now we're on to Nuggets dips. What's going on this stream at all? Anderson and Lafitte to Dango. Lafitte, keep Anderson. I saw during the week he was playing in an advanced position during the European games under the new manager. Maybe he might be there more often. Rogers for Rice or Roll probably would. Maybe go for it. If you have a couple of free transfers, do the Rice to Rogers move. Yeah. The team is Raya, Gabriel, Richard, Senesi, Anderson, Dorgu, Fernandez, Rice, Enzo, Wilson, Gravenberch, Pedro, Thiago, Haaland. Thiago, Haaland is good to go there. Enzo, Rice, Bruno, Gabriel, Richards, Senesi. You're gonna have start Wilson then as well. 3-4-3. You're good to go then as well. Probably if you have a couple of free transfers, do the Rogers move. Yeah, go with that. Would you sell Croupy soon or hold? Looking at Palmer to Verts, Croupy to Pedro next week. Palmer to Verts, Croupy to Pedro next week. Don't know if I'd want João Pedro for Chelsea's fixtures after this game. Like if you want Pedro, you have to be getting him this week. Leave off that. Sorry about last question was meant for next week about Enzo to Gravenberch. Not even next week. No, leave that off. Then no, I wouldn't do that next week. No, leave that off. Right. Enzo, what is going on? Scandalous. You forgot the curry day. I only go for. And you can only get. I think you can only do 4 options. Maybe curry, so, but no, barbecue is the leader there. No surprises there. Enzo to Gravenberch next week, game week, no. Enzo to maybe Tavernier next week, maybe. But not this week, no. Right, back to this. Haaland captain there. What's the rest of the team there? Raya, Chalaba, Gabriel, Gehi, Semenyo, Rice, Rogers, Bruno, Haaland, Raul, Thiago. What's the rest of the team there? Right, how much in the bank? I'd probably just start him though. Right, good stuff there. Done. Haaland best caption option. He is, yeah. Locked in there. Gabriel, Chalaba, Mukulele, Hill, Will, Wirtz, Enzo, Bruno, Rice, Ekatike, Haaland. Looks good there. Nice one. Good to go. Can you suggest any changes? FPL, Raya, Gabriel, Hill, Munoz, Sarr on the bench. I think you've to start Sarr over Rice with pens. Right, good stuff. Would you start Rogers or Sarr? Surely you can start the two of them, James. Let us know. 4 free transfers, 0.2 in the bank. Gabriel, O'Reilly, Cash, Rice, Semenyo, Bruno, Rogers, Xhaka, Ekatike, Haaland, and Calvert-Lewin. 4 free transfers. Raya, Cash, Gabriel, O'Reilly. 0.2 in the bank. I can't get the Virgil. Rice, Semenyo, Rogers. Roll into 5. DCL over. Go with that. Right, good stuff. Let's get back to the chat here. I have to start 2 out of Bruno, Cunha, and Harry Wilson. Bruno and Cunha. If you're worried about Cunha getting subbed off early, maybe even Cunha to Wirtz to get that done then as well. Do you lot eat spice bags over there? Are they actually good, Paul? Yeah, spice bags and a bit of satay dip is a perfect hangover cure. If you're out for the day, next day, it either makes or breaks with the spice bag. But yeah, unbelievable over here. If you ever come to Ireland, get a spice bag, satay sauce, good to go. You could even share it with your partner or one of the lads. You don't need to eat a full spice bag either. But if you're ever in Ireland, Xian, Xian, get yourself a spice bag there. What's this stream turned into then as well between Supermax and Nugget Dips? What's going on at all? Mo, send you the rest of the team there. Also, could you answer the question I sent the other day regarding catching up my mini league? Right, Mo, where are you? Let's get into the Patreon here. Right, so Sanchez, Timber, Gabriel, Senesi, Rice, Enzo, Bruno, Rogers, Haaland, Thiago, João Pedro. Who do you think captain this week? You need 45 to 60 is still doable. Need to. Right, Mo, let me know if that's alright, man. Good man. Would you bring in Virgil for Timber this week? James Casey, I would. Owen Meehan, any of the Everton midfielders worth buying and dying? Dewsbury Hall did well earlier on in the year. I don't think so. Yeah, we are talking about McDonald's dips. Crazy. Right, Everton lads, I don't think I go near them. Newcastle next week, probably not. Burnley, fair enough, 29. No. Arsenal, Burnley, Chelsea in between then as well. No, I wouldn't go near them all. Definitely not. Hamid Khan, Richards, Hill, Konsa, Timber, Rice, Enzo, Bowen. Bench 2 out of those. Konsa and Richards just, I think. Play Hill and Timber. Start 2 of Tarkowski, Bueno, and PVH. Who? Oh, Van Heck. Start 2 Tarkowski and Van Heck. But I think that they'll all concede, to be honest with you. Defcon from Tarkowski, that's why you probably start him. Van Heck might get something. They're all going to concede there, Richie. What's your plans for next game week era? 3 free transfers. Let's see how it fares out. I think the Chelsea lads are going to have to go. Rice might have to go as well. We could be using 3 free transfers next week. Let's see where we go from that. But for now, I'm happy enough to leave as is. Connor Ryan, Stella, Bruno Gamara. Should I get Semenyo or Rogers this week and then go for Semenyo after, for the likes of Rice to Semenyo next week is what I'm probably looking at there. what's going on in this chat here then as well. Skip my question. What did I skip? I have to start. I got you, Higgins. No. I have to start 2 out of Bruno, Cunha, and Harry Wilson. Bruno and Cunha. You could even do Cunha to Verts. You mustn't be watching, Higgins. I answered it. Oh no, Richie. Iconic price. I just answered it there. Right. James Casey, hope you're well. Would you bring in Virgil for Timber? I would. I'd get that done, yeah. I put my team in the Patreon, James. Right. Let's get straight over to there. What are we saying? Mo, let me know on that, man. Who's that there? Sorry, James. Which chat are we in? Oh yeah, I think if it's Sarah Rice over Sarah over Rice, James, let me know on that. Only got back to you a couple of minutes ago, if that's alright, man, but do let me know. I think with Sarah on penalties, you probably have to start him over Rice. That's what I'm saying there. We're 21 subs off hitting 8,900. If you are watching and you haven't clicked subscribe, do head on down there, please. Click subscribe on the channel. It'd be great to get one step closer to 9k subs this stream. And we've just hit 400 videos. I've just seen that. A little milestone there, which is great to see. Nearly on 60 likes as well. If you are going down there, click like on the stream as well. Let's get this push out to a few more people around the world for the last 35 minutes or so. Is Bruno a good option, or did reckon Haaland outscores? With all the injuries. Right, grand. Is this the best lineup then, Scott? Raya, Gabriel, Mukiele, Chalaba, Enzo, Bruno, Rice, Rogers, Haaland, Thiago. Looks good. Andre, thanks for the reply. So Haaland captain role and starting 11. Am I crazy? Want to go Semenyo? Not crazy. But I'd leave on. Right, Mo, what are we saying? 9th in the league. Just trying to get to top 3. It's hard to go against all 3 though. They're playing it safe. Should I roll this week? Looking at your team, can you roll? Wilson on the bench, João Pedro, Thiago, Haaland. Yeah, your team is strong. I'm gonna guess. Right. Captain Verts differential or Haaland, everyone's pick. It depends if you're chasing. Nothing wrong with Captain and Verts. I'd still even go Haaland though, even if I was chasing. Probably it's not the week to go against Haaland. James, let me know if that's alright, man. In the Patreon, only have one free transfer. Rogers for Rice, Captain Pedro or Haaland. Rogers for Rice isn't bad at all. I do think Villa win that game comfortably. They are at home as well. Maybe not comfortably, but I do think they win it. Richards, Hill, Consa, Timber, Rice, Enzo, Bowen, bench 2. Richards and Consa is what I said, wasn't it? Start Richards and Mukiele and Captain and Bruno. Mukiele and Captain and Bruno, Gavin. That's all good there. Start one of Senesi, Mings or Anderson. Senesi. So, morning, my Lord Africa I9U. I'm not your Lord, but good to see you, man. How's all? Good stuff. Send in your team there, Africa, if you can. Sean Frayne, forgot about FPL for about 5 weeks and I went from 1.5 to 300k. Surely I don't touch it for the rest of the season. Leave it is the way it is. Good to see you back on the stream though, if you haven't played in 5 weeks, Sean, but why not leave it as is if it's working? 300k, nothing too shabby about that at all. Good to see you back though, good man. Hello FPL area, my rank is 2 million. I wanted to do Raul to Strand Larson. I can't I can't because I'm priced out by 1 or 0.1. Nothing wrong with that. I'm starting Mukiele. Raul could easily get something on penalties. I'm hoping that Sunderland can get their clean sheet and Wilson stays somewhat quiet then as well. Right, good stuff there. All good. Nice one. Thanks for taking a look at my team. I didn't think about Sarah Rice. That's a good shout. I can play Rogers and Sarah then, James. Yeah, I do think Rice might get something, but just if Rogers definitely over Rice, and then it's Sarah over Rice just because he's on penalties. Rice could easily get something from a set piece. I'll be hoping he does, but because you've got Sarah in the team, he's on penalties against Wolves. I think you have to play Sarah there. Hopefully he gets you something. and hopefully Rice gets me something. I won't say no to Sarah outscoring Rice though. So that's why you have to go with that. Patrick, Gabriel and Timber, or switch Timber to Van Dijk. Yeah, Van Dijk, get him in. Those are in the fixtures for Liverpool over the next 3. Surely get at least 1 clean sheet, probably even 2 over the next couple of game weeks. So yeah, I'd go for that there then as well. Right, with 50, what are we, 50, 60 in the chat at the moment, which is great to see. 32 minutes left on the stream then as well. 56 likes. Let's try and get what a message to get. Don't care now. Fair enough. From one of the lads. We're 21 subs off 8,900. If you are watching and you haven't clicked subscribe, please do click subscribe. It'll be great to hit that before the end of the stream, and then we're one step closer, as I said, to hitting 9k subs. Anyway, back to the chat here. Gabriel and Timber. Gabriel and do Timber to Van Dijk. Yeah, first 11 for Amin, Torres, Sanchez, Virgil, Chalobah, Mukiele, Gabriel, Bruno, Enzo, Semenyo, Rice, Thiago, Haaland, Brobby, Timber and Garner on the bench. Please help the check, or should I play Brobby? Can I play Brobby over Rice? Probably not. I still would play Rice over Brobby. Roll there, all good. I mean Torres, roll your transfer. Why Haaland captain over João Pedro versus Burnley? Just because Haaland has penalties. And that's literally a Palmer over Haaland over João Pedro. Just because of the penalties, that's why. James, thanks for taking a look at my team. Yeah, all good there. My team is Lamens, Gabriel, Vandenberg, Enzo, Wirtz, Mbeumo, Sarah, Rice, Haaland, Raul, Dubravka, Thiago, Timber, Brobby with 1 free transfer and 0 million in the bank. Lamens, Gabriel, are you missing a defender there then as well? Timber, I'm going to guess you're playing OM in defence. Enzo, Wirtz, Mbeumo, Sarah, Rice, Haaland, Raul. Would you start Brobby over Raul because he's playing at home? Maybe go with that. Start Wilson or Alderete. I'm starting Mukiele, so I'd probably lean it towards going Alderete as well. Thoughts on Timber to another defender, and Raul to Strand Larson for a -4? Definitely not for a -4. Leave off that. Don't do that. No, I wouldn't be recommending to do that. Right, 30 minutes to go until the deadline. Great to see we've hit 60 likes. Appreciate that. That's great to see. Do you reckon maybe I'm going to sneeze now? Hold on. No, we're good. I might come back. No, we're good. Right. Do you reckon I should maybe wildcard next game because the guys on top will more likely to do the template chip strategy of wildcard 31 could jump on certain players early? Mo, I don't think so, because you're going to have to dead end your team into 31. No, leave off that. Even if you have some differentials on your wildcard, make a different bench boost to those. Go with other players for the double game weeks instead of the template. That's where you probably make up your ground then, instead of going early. If you're going early, maybe you go Semenyo early this week. Let me have a look at your team again. Do you have Semenyo? You have no money in the bank. No, you have no money to do Rice to Semenyo. Fair enough, so you can't do that. No, Mo, I don't think so. Yeah, I still think you do the same strategy, but not the same players then. So if there's a template on the wildcard, which obviously there is going to be, go with different double gaming players to the template, and that's how you try to make ground then as well. But going early, if everyone's going to be dead ending into gaming 31 anyway, so there's no point doing that. So dead end your team to 31, wildcard 32, bench boost 33 for that supposedly big double game week. That's the same strategy, just go with different players. Pedro, Haaland, let's see how the doubles fare out though first, but that's at least the strategy. Who's doubling then, we've yet to find out. Africa, Pedro, Haaland captain, Semenyo, Rice, Enzo, Bruno Fernandes, Virgil, James, Timber, Cash, Raya. 1 transfer thoughts. Pedro, Haaland captain, Semenyo, Rice, Enzo, Bruno, Virgil, James. Get rid of Reece James, get him gone. James, you don't even know Gabriel. James to Gabriel, surely you can do that. Africa, let me know. But Reece James, get him gone. He might start, he might not start, but it's hard to know them. Bob Carrots, Roofs, Gabriel, Timber, Chalobah, Alderete, Rice, Bruno, Enzo, Rodgers, Thiago and Haaland. My bench is Wilson, Senesi, Calvert-Lewin and Dubravka. Gabriel, Timber, Chalobah, Alderete. Would you play Calvert-Lewin over Alderete? Maybe thereabouts. Maybe not. Rice, Bruno, Enzo, Rodgers, Thiago and Haaland. Maybe leave team as is. Wilson on the bench, all good there. Bench and Headache, O'Reilly, Wilson or Mukiele. Out of one of those, I'm currently benching Wilson and playing the GOAT. If you watch my channel, you know Mukiele is my man all season, so with that home fixture I think I'm going to have to start him. João Pedro captain over Haaland, not for me, no. Palmer over Haaland, as I keep saying. João Pedro, don't think so. How much for a Garner replacement, Josh? 7.1 million for a Garner replacement. What are we saying there for a Garner replacement? 7.1 for Josh, right? 7.1. Maybe Dango, so. Code for the Patreon League, what is it? Let's have a quick look at it here. How do I get this on? I'll have to send it in later. I can't find it now. I don't want to be giving the code away. Would you do Rice to Semenyo, Verts, and Timber to Virgil? Timber to Virgil, yes. Rice to Semenyo, Verts. Maybe give Rice one more week. Best defenders under 6 to bring in until game week 30. Nothing wrong with the City defenders if you don't care about game week 30. So get the City lads in for that run of fixtures. It's pretty good for City. Yeah, City lads. So. Start Mukalele, Senesi or Mukalele. Start Mukalele, Senesi or Dewsbury Hall. It needs to be the Curry McDonald's Nuggets also. Yeah, I forgot to include it. Mukalele out of those though, and Tuss 98. Get that done there. Right, barbecue coming out on top, but bit of a shambles of a poll. The fact I forgot to add the curry dip. Fair enough. Right, 25 minutes to go until the deadline. Let's say, yeah, what am I saying here? Looking at my own team, right. So I could do Rice to Verts if I wanted to. Could even do Rice to Semenyo if I wanted to. For Haaland to do well, somebody has to assist them, I suppose. Has Semenyo played every game for City, hasn't he? He seems to be Pep's man. Semenyo, get away with this affordable nonsense, right? 90. Wow, yeah, he is. 14, 2, 7, 8, 2, 6. He's no fiction 31, as we know. I could do Rice as a menu if I wanted to. Triple Arsenal defence, Haaland captain, go for it. Nothing wrong with the triple Arsenal defence with those injuries to and suspensions to Spurs. Nothing wrong with that at all. Right, grand, all good there. Yeah, crazy scenes last night in the Drogheda and Dundalk. What was it? Yeah, Drogheda and Dundalk. Burning the pitch. Right, all good there. Nice one. Grand. I think I'm happy enough to roll into 3 next week. I think it's better to keep the free transfers. Exact money to do Senesi and Rice to Hill and Verts. Do it now or next week when moving Enzo. Leave it off one more week. Bruno, Dango, Semenyo, Enzo, Rice, Haaland, Thiago, João Pedro. If you're benching one, probably Rice out of those. Would you start Dewsbury Hall or Ahmad? How much is Ahmad? Can you move Ahmad on for somebody else? 6-2. How much have you in the bank? Michael, let us know. Start Krupi, Cash or Wilson. You could probably even do Ahmad to Dango. Start Krupi, Cash or Wilson. Krupi maybe. Should I start Wilson or Rice? Rice. Start Rice out of those. Would you bench boost Dubravka, Hill, Mukalele, Krupi Jr.? No, get Mukalele into the starting 11 though. Save the bench boost for the potential double game week, or the big potential double game week. Should I try get Semenyo in with 2 free transfers? Who would you give Rice 1 more week? Grand. Jono, good man. All good there. Michael, are we good to go? Yeah, looks good. Nice one. Mono in the chat. Mono, good man. Plenty of members joining us today. Good stuff. Afternoon, man. I have a similar situation to you. What's your thoughts on Wilson to Atara or Rice to Semenyo or Rogers? I might just roll. I'm thinking of captain and João Pedro. Roll. Haaland captain still. Boring, but Haaland captain still. I'm giving Rice one more week. Do you think Mukiele better than Rice this week? I'd still start Rice over Mukiele. But if you're looking for a defender, I'd be starting Mukiele. Start Rice over Mukiele though. Surely you can fit Mukiele in another way. Right, has everyone got back to there? Wilson, Abdullah. Yeah. Antonio, would you replace anyone in the starting lineup if I took Rice out? Because I think Mane will bring me points around this week and Rice won't. All good there. Right, good stuff. Antonio, let me know if that's okay for you. Right, 21 minutes to go until the deadline. Bash Hash, do you think Mukiele better than Rice this week? No. Start Rice over Mukiele, but let us know the rest of your defenders. Surely you can start Mukiele elsewhere. Nothing wrong with that either. How long do you intend to keep Arsenal triple up? One more week. Rice is probably gone next week. Raya could nearly go himself, but I'm not wasting a transfer on a goalkeeper option. I can have just Dubravka. Gabriel, it's probably just going to be double Arsenal defence for the foreseeable. Unless Dubravka has a decent fixture next week, but I don't want to be playing. No, he doesn't. Brentford at home. Full profile here. Gabriel has to start anyway. Rice can go after this week. Yeah. Bench 2, Kruby, Wilson, Richards, Hill, Richards and Wilson. Should I start Garner or Anderson of Fulham? Garner probably for Defcon. Anderson could be a good lad for Defcon either as well. Lower without rings. Verbruggen, Gabriel, Chalaba, Munoz, Hill, Bruno Fernandes, Rice, Mbeumo, Enzo, Haaland, João Pedro. Benches Wilson, Timber, Mane. Any changes there? Can you fit in Timber for any of those? Would you go for Hill? Maybe West Ham going to get something, but to be honest with you, Hill has a better chance of Defcon, so maybe leave him in over Timber. Or even, do you know what? Timber to Van Dijk and start him over Hill. There you go. That's what I'll be doing there. Lower without rings. If you have a couple of free transfers available, get that done. PDN, Rice, Enzo, Bruno Fernandes, Sarah, Rogers, Haaland, JP, Thiago. Who to bench out of those? Probably Rice out of those. Enzo, Bruno Fernandes, Sarah, Rogers, Haaland, JP, Thiago. Very strong front eight. Probably Rice on the bench because Sarah is on penalties. Triple Arsenal defence or start one of Van Heck, Anderson. Triple Arsenal. Life of Safil, Raya, Gabriel, Chalaba, Munoz, Mukiele, Rice, Rogers, Enzo, Bruno, Haaland, João Pedro. Bench Senesi, Wilson and DCL. Leave as is there. Wow, that's strong rain. Hi mate. Us just gone there. All good. Who's my captain? Blake. We're on Haaland. We're on Haaland. Get watching those Instagram reels, Blake. Come on. I'm doing enough time on kicking footballs on a pitch. Don't get tuning in on those reels. Yeah, but Haaland captaincy this week. That's what we're going for. All good there. Nice one. Grand. Captain Haaland or Sarr, currently 297 overall. Wow. Sarr's a nice differential. I think you leave it on Haaland though. Sarr's is enough of a differential as is. Captain João Pedro or Haaland? Haaland. Right, 18 minutes to go until the deadline. All good there. Better send in my own team then as well. Colin in the Patreon. Raya, Chalaba, Gabriel, O'Reilly, Bruno, Rogers, Wilson, Rice, Enzo, Haaland, Thiago. Roll. Send this in myself. Haaland captain as is. Yeah, all good. Ukulele, come on. Is that tomorrow, isn't it, that game? Because it's United. And or is it today? No, it's tomorrow. 2 o'clock. Fair enough. Grand. Poor 5:30 game. We'll make it back in time to go with for the Newcastle game. Where's my team there? Grand. Get that sent in there. All good. Nice. Is Larson a good captain against Wolves? He's enough of a differential as is. No. Alex in the chat. Come on, Alex. Fair play on the pool page. I'm actually getting big into playing pool myself now. We were playing pool last night in Galway. We're going to do it on a weekly basis now, but you're flying with some of the shots. I was watching some of your videos. Good man. I have 3 free transfers at 1.1 in the bank. Team is Raya, Gabriel, Gahey, Chalaba, Rice, Wilson, Rogers, Bruno, Ekatika, Haaland, Thiago. Bench is Dubravka, Stave, Mukulele, Miley. Any ideas? Should I go Semenyo in for Rice? If you want to do, I think Rice is alright this week though. 3 free transfers in your position. I probably would do it with 3. If I had 3, I probably would do it this week. I'm rolling into 3 next week. Do you know what? Go for it. Good man, Alex. Go for good stuff. Go for it. I'd say. Marcus, hi mate. Raya, Gabriel, Timber, Anderson, Gahey, Chalaba, Rogers, Semenyo, Wilson, Bruno, Enzo, Haaland, Thiago, Krupi. Bench order, and who is the better captain if it's not Haaland? Out of those, Thiago. If you don't want to captain Haaland. Bench order and who's the best captain? So you've got Gabriel, Timber, Chalaba, Gahey, Roger, Semenyo, Bruno, Enzo, 4-4-2, Krupi, Wilson, Anderson on the bench. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Anderson benched, Wilson and Krupi. Yeah, that's your bench zone there. Fishing and Foul, good man. Fishing and Foul. Hope all is well, man. Thoughts on Keane to Virgil van Dijk and Sarr to Wirtz? Van Dijk in, yes. Sarr to Wirtz, probably not. Leave off Sarr, especially with the Wolves game, and with the fact he's on penalties then as well. So don't do that just yet. Maybe thereafter next week, but no, leave it off there then as well. A couple of new subs there. Great to see. We're 20 subs off hitting 8,900. If you are watching and you haven't clicked subscribe, head on down there, please. Click subscribe on the channel. We're nearly on 70 likes as well, which is very much appreciated. Go down there, do us a solid. Click like and click subscribe if you haven't done so already. That's very much appreciated there. Right then, all good. Nice one there. Wow. Would you be starting Wilson over Mukulele? No, Mukulele is starting there for me. Please, who should I bench? Gahey or Mukulele and Rice or Enzo? Surely you can start those 4. Finland, send in your full team there, man. Send it in there. Surely you can start all those 4. Would you bench boost Dubravka, Alderete, Wilson, Senesi? No. Tasman, no. Leave it for a double game week. Definitely not. No, leave it off. Right, good stuff. No, leave off the bench boost until a double game week. No, leave that off. Right then, what else are we saying? Yeah, right, I'll go into my team in a sec then too, making sure everyone is all good there on the Patreon. What? Where are you seeing that? Maybe Rice, not sure. Have 2 free transfers with 6 not to play on 31, so cash could go Thiago and Gay out. Is Hall a guaranteed starter? Is that Hall of Newcastle mono or Hill? Are you saying? I'm assuming it's Hall. If it's Hill for Bournemouth, he is. Yeah, it looks like he's Bournemouth's main man. I'm just gonna move the voice onto Bruno Fernandes for now because someone's after sending a message into the Patreon, but don't be panicking us. I don't want to panic anyone just yet. Who would you get? Maybe Rice. I'd give Rice one more week. Have 2 free transfers. Could go Thiago and Gay out, JP and... Huh? How much? No. Definitely don't get rid of. Right, roll here. What are we saying? Gabriel, Virgil, Timber, Mukiele, Bruno, Rodgers, Enzo, Thiago, Calvert-Lewin, Haaland. All good there, man. Leave that off. Right, the Bournemouth, yeah, no, he is, yeah. It's Areola said it's his spot to lose, so leave that off. All good, man. I'm trying to find out something here. 11 minutes to go until the deadline. Trying to see that. No, I think it's nonsense anyway. Karaoke start one of Senesi, Mings or Anderson. Senesi, Owen O'Neill. Who do you plan to move Gabriel Araya to in a couple of weeks? Let me just fix off that for now. Scroll up there. I can probably leave Dubravka in the team. It's whether or not if I wanted to get rid of Gabriel or just keep him benched for 31 if I'm going to lose some money on him. But I have Dubravka, he plays at least. So maybe Rice is probably going to go. Other two can just probably be benched for 31, to be fair. Yeah, no, I think that's nonsense. Right, will Krupi Jr. start? It's never guaranteed. FPL, right. Wilson or Alderete? Alderete, I think. Sure, it's BS. Grand. Wilson or Alderete? Alderete, I think, over Wilson. Right, 9 minutes to go until the deadline. A few new subs there, really do appreciate it. We're 17 off hitting 8,900. If you are watching and you haven't hit subscribed, please go down there, do us a favour. Who to start, Canate or Alderete? Canate. You could probably start the two of them, but Canate out of those is what I'll be going for there. Shane F, have 2 free transfers. Who would you change? Raya, Dubravka, Van de Ven, O'Reilly, Timber, Rodon, Ukulele, Semenyo, Rodgers, Bruno F, Wilson, Rice, Haaland, Thiago, Rice, Bruno, Rodgers, Semenyo, Ukulele, Timber, O'Reilly. Is that enough there for you? I think you can roll. Kieran, play Hill over Timber, have Gabriel. I probably would still just play Timber. I can see Bournemouth conceding. Maybe Arsenal do concede then as well, but I think you probably have to play the double Arsenal defence there. Any early team news? None at the moment. Conser or Alderete? Alderete, I think Leeds might sneak one. Right. Yeah, I want to be rolling 2 transfers in the wildcard also. Good morning to you, fella. Who do you bench out of these 4? Gabriel, O'Reilly, Munoz, Mukulele. Thanks, good man. Out of those, O'Reilly maybe just. Bench 1 of Van Dijk, Timber or Mukulele. Mukulele out of those just as well. Just going to make sure this is charging for me here before we do finish up. Where is this going in? Oh, there we go. Right, good stuff. Haaland hat-trick incoming, Rhino. Fingers crossed he does anyhow. Bench one from Van Dijk, Timber, and Ukulele. Ukulele just out of those, but surely you can start all of them if you can. Is Haaland okay to play? Yeah, never mind that lad in the Patreon. Never mind that. Ranela Ram. Play Wilson or Krupi. Krupi, I think, if I'm starting Ukulele, I'm going to be telling you to not start a Fulham attacker. Roger that. Good stuff. Nice one. 2 free transfers, 1.8 million in the bank. Virgil, Gabriel, Chalaba, Ukulele, Rogers, Bruno, Rice, Enzo. Roll. Roll, roll, roll. Any advice on bench and order? Looks good. Leave as is. Rogers, captain, Noel. If you want to, it's nothing wrong with captain and Rogers. Haaland and your Chelsea boys, if you have any. Is Gordon a decent buy next week after his 4 goals? No, it's Carabag, sorry. Jude, no, leave off that. Never mind that. Bring in Dango or Ryan. Dango. What about Semenyo captain against Haaland? Still would captain Haaland. Hill or Alderete. Leave off that then as well. Just looking at myself bending down there, plugging in the mic. Yeah, no, nothing wrong with Rodgers captain. Don't think I'd just go for it though. Take a -4 for Semenyo to Rice. Definitely not for a hit. Leave off that. All good there. Wilson or Ukulele first bench. Ukulele in the team. Get him in over Wilson. Get him in. 5 minutes to go. If you are new to the channel, please do head on down there, click subscribe on the channel. Appreciate all the new subs we've got since starting. What are we now? 2 hours 10 minutes into the stream. If you are new, please consider going down there, click and subscribe, giving us a stream the like, giving us the stream a like, giving the like a stream while you're here. Transfers will cover me for 6 at Gameweek 31. I set with Semenyo and Captain Haaland. Wish us luck. Transfers will cover me for 6 in Gameweek 31 for a dead end. You'll only have 6. On getting. Right, that's all good there. Grant, would you advise Captain Bruno or Semenyo? I'm on Bruno advice. Maybe Semenyo advice if you had him yet. Captain João Pedro or Bruno or Haaland? Haaland, yeah. Haaland, João Pedro, Bruno in that order. Would you advise Captain Bruno or Semenyo? Semenyo. Sell Saliba for Van Dijk. Do you know what? Go for it. Confused between Timber and Ukulele. Already playing Gabriel. Play the two of them surely if you can. Go with that. Right, 4 minutes to go. Get your teams locked in. Should I do Evan Nielsen and Bruno Guimaraes for Dango and JP? Go for it. If for free, go for it. Why not? Right, 4 minute warning. Anyone who's joining late to the stream, if you want that or that, do let us know. I'm looking forward to opening a few of those next week as well. João Pedro or Haaland or Bruno? Haaland, yeah. Haaland. Should I do Evan? Yeah, all good there. Go for that. Omkar, Haaland, get him in and get it done. Looking for any team news. Michael, appreciate that. Another great stream. Love that. Appreciate that, Michael. Good man. That's what I mean. Work the 6 out for Gameweek 32, 32, 31. I don't know what you're asking me, Peter. Sorry. Have 2 free transfers at 6 not to play in 31. No cash. Could go Thiago and Gay out and JP and Hill in. Keep Thiago this. Keep those. What are you asking there, Peter? Sorry. Team is fine as is. Your team is fine. Right, grand. Dango or Wilson or Calvert-Lewin. Dango. Owen O'Neill made the move to leave it to Van Dijk. Go for that anyway. Only played once and conceded twice. Happy to cut my loss and move on. Van Dijk, bullet header incoming, fingers crossed. Start Richards or Senesi. Senesi, Haaland, João Pedro or Bruno. Haaland. Right, 2-minute warning and then I have to get on the road. So we've still 6 in the chat. Go down there, give the stream a like and hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. We're nearly on 80 likes, which is great to see. Get us 80 there if you can, and click subscribe if you haven't done so already. Sarah Fergie or Gahey and Enzo or Somerville, you can start them all. Send in the rest of the team there. You can start all those players. There's points for all those. Do let us know if you can. A minute to go. I'm just making sure I'm locked in here then as well, and that's it for another week. I could have done Rice to Semenyo, could have done Rice to Verts. I'm happy enough to roll into three transfers next week. It's better to have a couple after the wildcard especially and sort myself out then for the rest of the season there, but that's what we're looking like. Saw Doctor, sorry I was getting my haircut. Palmer in for Rice. If you can afford that, Saw Doctor, get that done. What kind of haircut did you go for? Burst fade, skin fade, just the scissors? Let us know, man. It's vital, we need to know. Yeah, get Palmer in though if you can afford him, and give him the armband if you can as well. Right, Wilson first sub for me there. Jesus, that rain outside. Haaland captain, Bruno Vice, 4-4-2. I think that's the first time I'm playing 4-4-2 this week. 100 points this week, let's go. Fingers crossed. Not sure Timber starts. If you're unsure on Timber, just start Mukulele. And that's the deadline. There we go. Right, Haaland, Bruno Vice, pens down, we're done. Right, lovely. We're going to leave it there. So we're going for the next, we've been going for the last 2 hours 15 minutes exactly now. I have to get on the road now to Athlone to film a few captaincy videos, so the grind doesn't stop there then as well. If you are watching and you haven't clicked like, go down there, click like on the stream, click subscribe if you haven't done so already, and we'll be back as normal. I'm actually down in Dublin on Tuesday and Wednesday, so I need to get a YouTube video done right after the United game if I can at all, but I'll worry about that myself. Yeah, we're going to leave it there. Thanks for watching, best of luck for the week. Thanks to all the members, and thanks to Owen who became a member of the channel then as well, so appreciate that, Owen, good man. Patrick, what chips have I left? I've all 4 chips left then as well. 60k, should be looking at hopefully at least 10 pointer on the triple captaincy to get us up to 20-30k. If we have to see how we get on this week first, but you'd expect another 10 points off the triple captaincy at least. Yeah, we're going to leave it there. So I've another hour and a bit so to drive. Hopefully the rain stays off for then. And yeah, who have I even in the 3 o'clock games? Rodgers anyway. They're not the most exciting games, are they? Chelsea, fair enough. Chalobah, Enzo, and Rodgers in the early games, and then nobody in the half 5, and then Haaland captain later on tonight. I'm going to leave it there. So thanks for watching. Best of luck for the week. We'll see you in the next video. Erabu.